Goddamn.
Man, how is everybody doing today? Welcome back to another edition of NHP, man. Welcome back to another edition of Unscripted. This is episode 231 of Unscripted. If this is your first time watching and you guys do not know how the show works, every Monday we are on here after Monday Night Raw with NHP Unscripted, and every Friday at 4 p.m. Central with the news, man. If you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, Corey Graves frustrated with WWE. We had that. We had actually Friday. Friday was actually a pretty loaded week of news, man. I can't even lie to you guys, man. It was a huge week of news. Corey Graves frustrated with WWE over the commentary bump that he received, backstage reaction to Pentagon's WWE debut. We had Grand Slam Australia news. We had WWE already preparing for Malachi Black, which a lot of people seem to think that we may have gotten a little bit of a tease to them bringing in Malachi Black tonight on Monday Night Raw. We will obviously go over that when we talk about Monday Night Raw, but that is how the show works, man. Like I said, Monday after Monday Night Raw, and Friday at 4 p.m. Central for the news, man. Real quick, I know I said this Friday we would be going on earlier than expected. I'm going to go ahead and scratch that. We will be live at 4 p.m. Central this Friday, so go ahead and tune in on Friday. Catch us for some news at 4 p.m. Central, going on at regular scheduled timing. So yes. Also, one other thing we announced on Friday, man, the merch. If you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now pick this up live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Links at the top of the description of this very video, man, where you can get this beautiful redesigned version of the NHP Next Chapter design. Like I said, bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. So, with all of that, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know who we are here at NHP. I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show, and as or one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How the hell are you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Just been chilling out, man. It was a good weekend, man. It was a good week so far, first day in, and I've just been chilling, man. It's been pretty chill, just waiting for various weekends. This weekend, Rumble weekend, very exciting stuff, man. So just been good lately, man. Things have been good lately. Like Durante asked, how's life? How's the family? Life's good, family's good. How's everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing in the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. It is very cold the next couple of
Oh,
days here in Chicago, in the Windy City. It is fucking windy, to say the very least about our nickname. It is cold here, bro, and I believe tomorrow we should be reaching into the, I think, negative, at least what I'm seeing right now, bro, -5 here in a couple of
yeah,
hours. So
think like it's gonna be at warmish tomorrow, 11 degrees. That's at like noon. So fucking A.
good lord, yeah, and then
Mhm.
man. Yeah, tomorrow it's supposed to drop down to -7, and
Oh,
with the warmest it's getting, an astounding 2 degrees.
oh,
Um, good lord. Honestly, bro, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. It's fucking cold, but
yeah.
I love the cold. I can't lie.
I, I like the cold. I hate the windy ass, piercing cold, which is what this is. A chilly night, love it. That fucking the wind just barreling the cold fucking air into you like a knife. Nah, I'm okay.
Understandable, man. It's definitely not easy to hate, and it's one of those things I kind of like for some reason. I don't know. It's a
Mhm.
part of being in Chicago, I guess, man. Part of being in Chicago, I guess, dealing with that's one thing I love about Chicago, and I've always loved about living here was we really do get like the most authentic of
Everything.
all the seasons. We get a hot
Oh
ass
yeah,
fucking summer, we get a cold ass fucking winter, we get a beautiful nostalgic fall, and we get a beautiful spring. So I
I
like
do.
it, man. I like it.
I do. Like those, like people in like southern areas where like their Christmas is just nothing. It's just hot as hell during Christmas. That just couldn't feel like Christmas to me. Certain
Oh
seasons need to
no.
happen with certain holidays and shit.
Oh no. I know. Um. I was talking to this one dude the other day. He used to live in Arizona, and um, he was telling me how he moved over here for the first time a couple of years ago, and it was weird seeing like being cold on Christmas because his Christmas was his regular life was just normally just hot on Christmas and no snow,
Great.
no, just sun, just like a regular summer day. Couldn't do it,
Oh,
bro. I couldn't do it.
mm, no, I couldn't do it. That doesn't sound like Christmas.
I think we had one of those when we were kids, bro. We had one of
It's
those where it was like I can't
like
remember what year it was. It might have been around like 2012 or 2013, where it was just a regular ass day on Christmas, and it completely killed the vibe. It was like kind of warm outside. There was no snow on the ground. I don't know if you remember that year, but I remember when I was a kid. There was one specific year. I can't remember exactly. It was around that time though, where it was just the most regular fucking day, and it was such a vibe killer on Christmas, dude.
Oh, it was. I remember. I remember it. It was like fucking 70 something. It was
Yep.
just warm and just bright and sunny out that day. I was like, this is not Christmas.
No, not at all, bro. Not at all. But yes, I'm doing good, dude. I'm doing good. But as Durante always asks, I am good, and the family is good. What about you, Durante? Logan, or he who shall not be
Yep.
named.
I
S-
fucked up.
I did fuck up. It's part of the intro at this
Rookie.
point.
Yep.
And,
God
and
damn it.
and of course, Bell. How are you guys doing? As well as my guys on the Replay Mafia, JT, JB. How are you guys doing, man? Thank you guys as always for joining us here today, as well as my guy in the chat, my man Lonnie. How are you doing, bro? Thank you for joining us, man. He says it was a week ending to Monday Night Raw, man. I thought
Mm, it's like,
I liked
hmm,
it. I liked it.
yeah,
I thought it set up a lot of just turmoil
stuff good.
for Sami
Yeah.
Zayn, and I think Sami Zayn, as well as his best friend, maybe ex, maybe soon to be ex best friend, I think they set up a lot of turmoil coming up for Sami Zayn, and I think we are going to hear now slowly start the underdog to world championship climb for
Damn,
Sammy. So I'm very excited for that, and I'm very excited to see how they do that. But nonetheless, yeah, without all
Mania is
that,
too late.
yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen at Mania. I think we're start. Well,
No,
you know
I
how
don't think
Triple
so.
H is. I think
You
I
know.
think we could be looking at next year's WrestleMania because I honestly think Sami Zayn is going to go through a lot of turmoil with a lot of these guys that we're seeing him, and I think he's going to get the shit end of the stick for this year, and I think it's going to set him up next year. Obviously, all done by design, but speaking of what was not done by design, what somebody put pen to paper as and thought was good. Holy shit. AEW Dynamite
Best part of the week
Maximum
begins.
Carnage.
Maximum carnage, minimum capacity, minimum turnout,
Come on, man.
maximum disappointment.
Come
I
on, dude.
mean, we gave much better names.
No, dude, this is Maximum Carnage. This is
Ugh.
man, I will tell you what did not see Maximum Carnage were the seats in the venue because they were non-existent. You know, I as a matter of fact, I just watched a clip of GCW in Hammerstein Ballroom. And I was willing to give AEW the benefit of the doubt because, a lot of people a lot of people were saying, well, the upper deck can't really look that full because, you can't really sit people that close. I get that. But what GCW did, however they sat people,
Mhm.
it didn't look overcrowded like One Night Stand, but it looked a hell of a lot fuller than AEW Dynamite did when they went to Hammerstein Ballroom, which is fucking funny, especially because I believe you told me, but didn't GCW outsell?
They outsold the arena with AEW with that arena. They sold more seats in Hammerstein than them.
That's a problem.
Ugh.
That's a fucking
Mhm.
problem. But I don't know. I don't know. It is good God. And I will tell you right now, the seating here that they had wherever they were in Cincinnati, Ohio, the people on the upper deck, and they continuously through the night shot these people. They looked like they were sitting in a fucking COVID rules arena. I mean, the people on the upper deck were legitimately like about 12 seats apart from each other. What
It was
the
insane, dude.
fuck?
I was literally just about to make a COVID joke. Like it literally felt like one of those right at the end of COVID fucking
Yes.
crowd shows. That's exactly what it felt like. I was like, dude, why are they so spaced out, bro?
Yeah.
My God.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but they downsized the venue and it still looks bad. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, what was the point of downsizing the venue then? I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know, but I know to a lot of the folks, man, we are just people
Mm.
that, hate Dynamite, but we
Love if WWE every inch of it.
yes, that's right. We
Oh
hate
yeah.
we hate Dynamite, and we're only doing it. I seen one comment made me LOL. Oh, that's what it was. We hate Dynamite, and we're just doing it for the check.
The check. Fucking man. Dude, if I was hating on Dynamite for a check, it'd be much worse
I was
than
gonna
what
say,
I'm
yeah.
doing now.
uh, the past 5 years, man, we've been running this thing straight off of passion, bro. If I was
Passion.
getting paid to hate on AEW Dynamite, trust
Shit.
me, it would be a hell of a lot worse than
Mhm.
it already is. This is just straight off of passion, okay?
This-
Because we were here 5 fucking years ago when AEW was
mhm.
the hottest thing around. We loved AEW and we watched
And embrace
AEW
it.
every week. Sung their praises. We loved it. We just it was such a story driven show. Adam Page, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Moxley, Jericho. I mean, all these guys were in stories. They were doing, they were fucking putting on banger matches. I mean, the company's still putting on banger matches, but now they don't have no fucking story and nobody cares about them. But we were there. We were there,
Mhm.
and that's what makes this hard to watch, bro. That's what makes this hard to watch. But you can't tell these fans nothing, bro. I seen one. It really made me laugh. Is somebody says that I can't remember his name. Nor would I give him the time of day if I did know his name. But it was um I didn't know this about us, but apparently, if
What?
well, if what it was Pentagon's debut was horrible, and if the same thing happened in AEW, me and you would have hated it.
If that thing happened in AEW with a debut, holy fuck, my mind would have been blown.
If
Holy
somebody
sh!
if somebody came out with production value, I would have been blown right. I would have been fucking blown away right there.
Oh yeah, blown away. I'd
Just
be so shocked.
as soon as the lights went down for somebody's entrance, I would have
I'd
been
have
like,
been
"Oh
like,
my god,
shit, Tony Khan really fucking loves this guy. That
they're
would be
putting
my.
production value into him." I
That's
would
like
I would have been blown away. That would have made my night right there.
that's an achievement in AEW is to have production value.
Yes. Yes, to make somebody have ambiance and to make somebody just look cool. Oh my god, dude.
And
But anyways, we hate Dynamite, man. We hate Dynamite, and we're gonna tell you guys about how much we hated this Dynamite because this Dynamite was fucking horrible.
oh,
So they, yeah, they um they downsize venues. They still can't sell. This is a problem. Again,
mhm.
this is a problem in this company, man. I don't know. I don't know what they need to do. And I'll tell you what the fuck they need to do is next Wednesday or this Wednesday in 2 days on the 23rd or whatever, 21st, 23rd, whatever the fuck it is. You abso-fucking-lutely need 1000%, no questions asked, need to clear the air with Grand Slam Australia.
Mhm.
Me and Sir K are we're obviously talking about when we can review this show, and we can't even fucking come up with that because nobody fucking knows when the show's on. Is it
No,
live? Is it on a 21-hour tape delay? Is it at 8 o'clock to fucking to is it gonna air on the same network at the same time the NBA All-Star game is gonna air as you're promoting it? What is going on, dude? I mean, what are you doing? I mean, how are you? I said it on Friday, man. How are you promoting a show so bad? You have a Revolution banner, and I fucking said this a couple weeks ago when the first week they threw that Revolution banner up. or they were promoting Revolution on the Titantron. How the fuck are you promoting Revolution in March? You throw up a banner for All In. Meanwhile, there's damn near no mention on a week-to-week fucking basis of you going to a first-time market in Australia for a what was originally set to be a fucking pay-per-view show. I mean,
Like,
how poor. Imagine WWE goes to fucking Mexico for Backlash, right? I know it's not true, but imagine they go to Mexico for fucking Backlash and there's no promotion. None.
they just don't talk about it at all. And they fucking schedule the show the same time as as something else. It's like, how does this happen? What are you doing in your office right now, Tony? Just writing matches? Probably. How about you write a fucking apology to everyone that's ever worked for your company? How about you write an apology for us for Dynamite every week? How about you just tell us what time Grand Slam is on, please?
I don't know. Genuinely, dude, one of the most poorly handled show promotions for a major show, or what was supposed to be a major show I've ever seen, dude. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Taz, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur are back on commentary this week. So we have Tony Schiavone back. Taz is back, which is great.
Yeah, it's great.
So it's nice to have Taz back, obviously, man. But our good old buddy Tony Schiavone is back, and yeah.
No, yeah. If only we could have Taz and Ian Riccaboni. If only.
Yeah, seriously, dude. Seriously. That would be great. The first match on the show was The Machine versus the Best Bout Machine. Brian Cage versus Kenny Omega.
What a first match back. Brian Cage.
Yep. Yeah. Yes. That's that there it is, man. Brian Cage. Yeah, the feuding with the same group he was feuding with before he initially went out. Because do you guys remember him and Chris Jericho, the Golden Jets, were feuding with the Don Callis family? And obviously then Kenny went out. It was either that or they had just got done feuding with the Callis family, and they were feuding, I think, with Ricky Starks and Big Bill going into World's End. But that obviously didn't even get picked up off the ground because Omega immediately went out as soon as they started that feud. And but pretty much he left feuding with the Don Callis family, or right out of a feud with the Don Callis family, and he's right back at it. So
Changed.
yeah, no mention whatsoever of
The Elite.
the Elite Okada, the guy that he faced the guy that he did a stare down with at World's End, Jack Perry, Young Bucks, nothing. So
Nothing.
he has a pretty good match with Brian Cage. He beats him with a one-winged angel, and after the match, the Don Callis family, they had come out to attack him. And Lance Archer and Kyle Fletcher are out there along with Brian Cage, and Will Ospreay makes the save here on Omega. He makes the save. Takeshita comes out. He starts trading off hits with Kenny Omega, or as Excalibur says, he's teeing off with Kenny Omega. As Excalibur says here, Takeshita is fighting hammer and tongs with Omega.
Hammer and tongs?
Yes.
Does he know what tongs are? Is he fucking doing the quesadillas to fucking on his stovetop? What do you do? Okay.
He might be fucking frying. He could very well be frying up tortillas on his fucking stovetop. Because apparently he's not taking liberties to be a good commentator, so he must be doing that. But he's fighting hammer and tongs with Omega, and he's teeing off. on Omega.
He's off. They're playing golf. They're
Yeah.
they're on a golf course, grilling some hot dogs with some tongs, playing golf. That's what they're doing, according to.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
That sounds about right to me, man. And the Don Callis family end up getting the upper hand, leaving Omega and Osprey laid out. I'm assuming we're gonna be getting Omega and Osprey versus Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita. So much for Kyle Fletcher's big single push, guys, right? Remember, everybody was hot on Kyle Fletcher at the end of the year. Everybody was like, man, this guy's the next Randy Orton. He's a young Randy Orton. What did we say? Do not you cannot put stock into this shit because he's going to fail it. Now, back in 2021, when we would cover Unscripted, when we would cover Unscripted, man, I'm sure we use a lot of lines like that, but I'll tell you right now, it wasn't during the beginning of the show. It was during the
No,
end of the show when we were covering Monday Night Raw.
we had no
Because
faith for this call up or this person or
yes.
nothing. It was the total opposite of what it is now.
Yeah. Oh, this guy looks good this week. Okay, I'm sure he looked great, but is it going to go anywhere? Probably not. Should I put any stock into this? Probably not. Kenny Omega, it was great to see him back, man, but I'll tell you what, he just doesn't look like he wants to be there, man. He really
Oh,
doesn't. He looks like he's there because he's trying to pick up a company that he knows is being weighed down by one man. It's like Kenny is trying to put it's like Kenny is grabbing the sled, and on the sled is or the meaning of the sled is the fans' passion, and it's the fans' will to watch every week, and it's the fans' excitement. But the sled is not so easy to push because there's some fucking goofball dork laying on the sled, and he won't let Omega pull it. And it's Tony Khan. You know, a lot of people take AEW hate as, people wanting to see the company die, man. But what they don't understand, and what I know Kenny Omega, I'm sure, understands, is there are a lot of fans, and it's not just us. It's a lot of people, bro. It's a lot of people. Our guys in the Replay Mafia, I'm always chatting with them. Belle, I'm always chatting with her, and we're always talking about the old days of AEW. We're always talking about, man, I wish it could go back to these days, or man, things suck now. They had a really good thing going for them. It comes from a fucking place, and at this point, I mean, this is blatantly obvious, man, but again, people still take this as people just wanting to see the company die. Nobody wanted to see this fucking company die. Nobody wanted to see this fucking company get to this point. I thought if AEW were to get to this point, it would be 15, 20 years down the line. We're 5 fucking years about to be 6 years into this promotion.
Literally. It's like, no one, I don't want this place to die. I don't want it to. It's doing it to itself. And it's one of those things at this point where it's going to do it to themselves, and you got to let it happen, and you just got to shake your head at the decisions they make, because I want there to be two massive, healthy wrestling companies at the same time. I want people to jump from one another, not because they're being treated like shit, or because this person fucked over this person, or backstage. No, I don't want them to jump for those reasons. I want people to jump company to company for opportunity. Sometimes you don't got enough space on one. You're not going to get used on this one, so you go to the other. That's what I want. I want to happen, and it could happen, but it's not, because it's just people jumping off what seems to be a sinking ship.
Exactly, man. That's a great point. Me and you always talked about, how I mean, in some people's case, we always talk about, and it would be nice if this was the general consensus of people jumping ship because there's nothing left to do where they are. Okay,
Yeah.
he's leaving AEW. Why? Not because he was booked like shit, not because he was taken off television for fucking weeks on end during the middle of a push, not because this or that. This dude left AEW simply to do other things, simply
Yeah.
to get new
Feuds.
championships, feud with new people, have new matchups. Okay, this guy's leaving WWE not because they did him wrong, because they did him so well that there's nothing left for him to do in WWE. He did all there was. Now he's jumping over to AEW. Okay, wow, he could feud with this guy, that guy, this guy. That's not the case, man. That's not the case. And like Sir K's saying, we're in a situation where it gives off vibes of people jumping off of the fucking sinking ship. And that's
Yeah.
not what it was supposed to be, man.
You don't
But
think that if AEW was incredibly healthy right now, that AJ wouldn't have done like a year or two stint over there, or there's so many people that would have, went back and forth just because they can, because it would have been good for their career and for television, for opportunity, but you can't.
yeah, yep. That mixed with the fact of if Tony Khan ever hears the possibility of somebody leaving, he completely just says fuck it and wants to burn all bridges.
He loves burning bridges.
Like, dude, you can't take that personal, bro. This is a business. If you're not
Yeah.
filling, if you're not fulfilling somebody's professional needs, especially in this business, where you come across a lot of people that just do this because they love it. They don't give a fuck what the bottom line is. They could, a lot of these guys, did this shit for 20 years, making damn near nothing. A lot of people do this for passion. If you're not
Mm-hmm.
fulfilling somebody's professional needs, they're gonna jump ship. And 9 times out of 10, it's not even personal, bro. Now, what Tony Khan's problem is he makes things personal. Now, again, do you think the Lucha Bros would have had a bad thing to say about AEW if it was a peaceful exit? Do you think
No,
Pentagon is gonna say, wildly, you think he's gonna say flattering things about AEW now after everything that happened? And that's an OG.
that's a literal OG that you treated that way. Ricky Starks, an OG, you're treating that way. It's a pattern here.
Yep. And you're treating so many of your OGs very badly that this company is going to be very unrecognizable soon. And I hate to fucking say that and I hate to see it, but that's the harsh truth, bro. But
Mhm.
I don't know, dude. Omega just does not he just does not he does not look like he wants to be there at all, man. He does not, bro.
No, does not look like he wants to be there. And I don't blame him, dude, because, I mean, what, what is there for him to do? That's not going to be fucking lame as shit 3 weeks after it starts.
Yeah, and we are back to being lame as shit with Omega. What are we, 2 weeks in? Yes.
2 weeks into
Yes.
his fucking long-awaited return.
We're getting a so it looks like we're getting this tag team match here, and that is that's that. That is that. And yeah. The Callis family gets the upper hand on Omega and Osprey, and that was that.
Definitely think they're building to a Omega and Osprey tag match against probably Fletcher and Takeshita.
Yes, which, to say something positive other than the Kenny Omega match itself being very good, was they did a couple of their moves kind of in tag team tandem. They look great as a tag team. I pitched doing a story with Will Ospreay and Ricochet and starting them off as a tag team, which then you would have Ricochet or Will, whoever, turn on the other and then do your big match at All In Texas. But
Mm-hmm.
you blew right through that. So, I mean, it's this the old toy analogy, right? Tony wanted to play with the toys now. He didn't want to wait. He wanted his toys now. And that was it. That was the end of the discussion there. But I pitched something like that with them. Obviously, they didn't go that way, and obviously, you can see how that ended up for Ricochet. But yeah, it looks like they're doing it with Omega, and I mean, that's good, man. It's just I don't understand why you built a completely different thing with the Elite. That's my gripe there. But in terms of what they did, or their kind of tag team, I guess tandem, it was good.
It was. It was. Kenny, give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're good.
Kenny can always be great in a tag team, dude. Whether it's Coda, Hangman was a great tag team partner, and I
Yes,
think that tag match with Will is going to be incredible. He can do a tag team, no problem.
definitely, definitely, man. Speak of the devil, Ricochet. Ricochet is out here for a promo. This is 2 weeks after his stabbing of Swerve Strickland with the scissors, which, Ricochet looked diabolical in that segment. We weren't we weren't doing Unscripted that week because it was either the first Raw on Netflix week, I think, or it was the 2024 Rewind and 2025 predictions episode. It was that, I believe it was that episode, but or no, I think it was the first Raw on Netflix episode. Um, he looked okay, and I was willing to see where it goes, but I wasn't really putting too much stock into it because they do this segment here tonight and make this dude look like a complete clown. He comes out there, and Excalibur says, "What is he gonna do? Is he gonna stab everyone in this building with scissors?" Excalibur, I know that's not completely impossible because all he would have to do is walk around to about 25 people. It's not like you have 20,000
Oh,
like you used to. But why on God's green earth would Ricochet hop the fucking barricade and start stabbing everybody with scissors? What are we, in
he's
Us?
I was gonna say he's just fucking Michael Myers all of a sudden. He's gonna stab everyone in the building. How about you go to the back and stab a certain person? Like, bro, what? What? I'm gonna stab everyone in the building. Stab me first, okay? Please, just end it fast. Because holy shit, stab me right in the ear.
And Taz, with the most goated comment of the night, says, "I wish he would stab one of you commentators." And then he laughs.
Taz knows what he's doing, bro. I fucking love Taz.
You could fucking see him. You could see him on commentary as he's saying this, just the way they shot this. And he's fucking laughing. And then he looks over at Shivani and Excalibur, and they're just looking down. They're just looking down at their notes. I died. I fucking
Just
died, bro. That was hilarious.
that man Taz just be having a ball up there, dude. He's great.
Ricochet is doing the Dominic Mysterio spot where he lifts the mic up and they boo him. And he puts it down, he picks it back up, they boo him again. And he says, if that's how it's going to be, a picture is worth 1,000 words. He shows the picture of him stabbing Swerve Strickland. Prince Nana then comes in the ring and hits Ricochet in the back with the chair. Swerve comes out and Ricochet runs out of the venue. He runs out of the venue, and that was that. What the fuck was that segment?
It already. This is the start of it. We got AEW's Miz. He's just gonna run away from everybody. Fucking A, I'm so excited because people loved that era of the Miz, where it was like fucking 4 years straight of him just enticing people and running away. That doesn't get old fast at all. So I get what they're trying with Ricochet, and I like the idea. I think the idea can work, but it's a hard thing to fucking get right, dude. And with Tony Khan, get a hard thing to get right is not something he should try.
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. The Hurt Syndicate. The Hurt Syndicate have their first match as a trio in AEW. They face Mark Briscoe and Private Party. The match was alright. Tony
Mhm.
Schiavone is back at it again. Sheldon Benjamin picks up Mark Quinn. I'm gonna give you guys a call back to October, okay? Because I'm sharp, motherfucker, and I take my notes.
Okay.
Sheldon Benjamin grabs Mark Quinn to give him a German suplex. Shivani yells, "Sheldon's got Quay." Who the fuck is Quay? You might ask, because I definitely laughed because I knew who Quay was. Quay is Mark Quinn. And his name is Quinn. His name is not Quay. And how did I know this was Quay? I poked fun at Tony Schiavone on the Wrestle Dream review for, instead of referring to Private Party as Zay and Quinn, he referred to them as Zay and Quay. And here we are. Here we are 3 months later, and you're still fucking calling him Quay.
Not Quinn. Quay.
Mark Quinn. Quinn.
Quay.
Mark Quay. What the fuck, dude? He's got Quay.
Like, do these guys in the back not listen to the commentary during their matches back and not hear that shit and go up and be like, "Hey, dude, like, don't call me Quay." Like, what? Oh, good lord, dude. Zay and Quay.
I guess Tony Khan is too worried about his talent calling ex-WWE people by their WWE names that he doesn't give a fuck about the homegrown people, because we could fuck up their names all we want. We don't give a shit about them anyways.
I'll make sure you know it's Cope. They're gonna beat it into your head, hammer and tong, that it's Cope.
Shelton has Quay. He super kicks Quay, and they beat the Briscoes and Private Party whilst pinning the tag team champions. And they did get a match confirmed for the tag team championships. Is it this week? Or is it in a couple weeks, I think?
I think it's in a couple weeks. I think it's is it the Dynamite before Grand Slam, I think?
I
think
it is. I think it is. It might be something like that. So
it's something around that, but I know it's not next week. But they got the match, and that's probably the fucking short and unsweet end of Zay and Quay as tag team champs. Probably won't see him again on TV for the year.
Let's see.
Good lord, fucking AEW, man.
Yes, AEW World Tag Team Championship. Oh no, they're done. They're done this Wednesday. They're done this Wednesday. It's January. Yeah, it's January 22nd. The Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton will go up against Zay and Quay for the tag team championships this Wednesday. Yeah, they're done.
Holy shit, they're already cooked. Oh, good lord.
Which again, like I said last week, would this be a great time to end Private Party's tag team title reign? Sure, but you haven't done anything with them, so that's what makes it bad. Is that you're already coming to an end and you've fucking done a lick of nothing with them. So,
good lord.
This company, man. This company. Speaking of announcements, they announced Swerve versus Ricochet in 3 weeks in Atlanta on Dynamite. And that's gotta be what? 2 weeks before Grand Slam?
Just a random ass, just nothing Dynamite. Just put this fucking feud match on. And then we have a special show that we're trying to sell tickets for and failing miserably. So instead of putting a match that people do want to see on that show, we'll just toss it on Dynamite. Who cares?
Yep. Yeah.
What do you say, dude? What do you say? Besides just bad business. That's just what AEW is, just bad business.
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are. So much for being big business.
Big business. Okay.
Because good lord, did that not fucking age well? If you were big business, you would be promoting your show in a big venue, like or in a
Mhm.
big market, like Australia.
I mean, made sense for Mercedes. She was getting big business because she scammed that boy so hard.
Holy shit.
Scam- Holy scam of the century, dude.
Yeah.
Heist of the century.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Jeff Jarrett. Let me pull the back up to my chair for this one. Oh lord, let me get my extra lumbar support here. Okay. Jeff Jarrett. He comes out for his promo. He says the last few weeks have been humbling.
Well,
Yes, they
have
have.
they?
Yes, they have. MJF then comes out. MJF comes out, man. Um, you know, uh, well, never mind. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. MJF says MJF interrupts Jeff Jarrett. He comes down to the ring and they stand across the ring in opposing corners from each other, similar to how MJF and CM Punk did before their promo battle back in 2021. And boy, was this anything was this the fucking complete opposite of that.
Oh,
Um
dude, it's like those fucking reboot movies. You'd find
dude.
fucking Fast and Serious, fucking Part 3 and then fucking DVD.
MJF comes out and he says I gave you a golden opportunity last week. That's what he says to Jarrett. Jarrett says, Max, you were too lazy to enter the gauntlet. So you created a scheme. MJF then yells, do not interrupt me.
What? It, it
I,
it was his turn to talk. That's how
I,
conversation works, dumbass.
I, hey. He yells at Jarrett not to interrupt him. He says, I'm going to school people on the last outlaw and his legacy. He says he says Jarrett is the last outlaw because he is the last thing people see before their favorite wrestling company dies.
And what are we seeing on our TV right now? Is it is is,
Is it the
is
last
it Jeff
outlaw?
Jarrett? I think it is. I think it's
Or
him
is it
trying
John
to run
fucking
away.
Cena?
Well, he thinks he's John Cena,
Yeah,
but
this John Cena wannabe here.
it's the death call of Jeff Jarrett, man. He's going for the world title too, which makes it even better.
Very interesting choice of words. The
You
last
know,
thing we see the last outlaw is the last thing we see before their favorite wrestling company dies.
probably is too. Again.
He says the story of him having one last year would be a whole lot bigger if he wasn't pro wrestling's Grim Reaper. He says when he thinks about Jeff's career, it makes him want to drink like a raging alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
He says,
He's not
um,
right.
he says, for the sake of Jeff, he would rather not because we would have to send Jeff back to rehab. He says he's a big fan of that big, fat, sexy MILF of a wife that Jarrett has. And when he's done, he's going to ship her back to him so he can see what a generational talent and an Olympic gold medalist's balls taste like.
Mm,
Shout out Kurt.
go,
That was the best part of this
go.
fucking promo. The Kurt
Yeah,
Angle fucking innuendo.
the Kurt Angle shout out, goat.
These two are standing in opposing rings from each other, man. Do you remember when MJF and CM Punk did this and CM Punk was looking very menacingly?
Oh, pissed off, fucking looking up at him.
What
And
was
just
Jeff Jarrett doing during this? He was fucking laughing.
fucking goofing off.
Je-
It's so
Jeff
bad.
Jeff Jarrett grabs the mic. He said, "This gets bad here, man. I mean, you know,
It's
Jeff Jarrett says." Jeff Jarrett said, "Everything you just said has been said 1,000 times." He said last year he entered the Owen. Last year when he entered the Owen, the fans awoken him to a passion and desire he didn't know he still had. And he's going to keep it alive because that's how he's going to get the AEW championship. He says he was MJF before MJF was MJF. He says everything MJF has done, he's done it before him, and I did it better than you. He says he doesn't know if MJF is a dumbass or a scumbag. The crowd's chanting, "He's our scumbag." But, this is the big, company heel. Yeah.
This is the bad guy here.
Uh-huh.
But
Yep, the guy with the babyface character arc. He says, but it may be all of the above, because sometimes he feels bad for MJF because he had a tough upbringing. Being raised by a call girl mother and an ambulance chasing attorney dad. He asked him when his dad knocked his mother up, did she still make him pay for that shit? The old saying is we marry our mommies. And your old lady is nothing more than a Canadian call girl. He says, when you were in the ring, tearing it up, going 60 minutes with Will Ospreay, your girl, or doing 60 minutes through, tearing it up with Will Ospreay, your girl was in the back doing 60 minutes through with about 10 other wrestlers. He tells MJF if he needs him, he tells MJF if he needs him because he's drowning in his, he tells MJF, you need me because you're drowning in your own shit. He calls MJF a lazy entitled prick at the core, or he calls MJF a lazy entitled prick, but at his core, he's a scared little boy. He told him he's scared that at 28 years old, your best days are behind you. And you're scared of never being on top again. You're scared of being a one-hit wonder. Okay, let's fucking rewind. You're in the ring going 60 minutes through with Will Ospreay, tearing it up. And your girl is in the back going 60 minutes through with 10 wrestlers. Are you telling me MJF and Will Ospreay were in the ring fucking for 60 minutes? What the fuck kind of wording was that? You're going 60 minutes through, tearing it up with Will Ospreay, and your girl is going 60 minutes through, tearing it up with 10 other wrestlers.
You're telling me bell to bell, she was just in the back getting fucking just that. Bell to bell. That's what you're telling me. When the bell rung, that was her cue, I guess.
So you...
I don't know, dude.
So you are insinuating here... You are insinuating here that 60 minutes through means that somebody is fucking. Which is what he said that MJF's girl was doing, which is the same fucking wording he used for MJF and what MJF and Will Ospreay were doing. So to our knowledge, that night when those two wrestled their 60-minute match, they were in front of the live audience fucking.
Apparently.
Nice fucking wording, Jarrett. Holy shit. Was this obviously this obviously all of this stuff wasn't true. All of this stuff was just
Yeah.
Jarrett's jabs, which
Words.
again, if you look back to the CM Punk and MJF one, if you look
The
back to
jab.
90% of MJF's promo battles, the jabs were real.
Mm-hmm.
Jarrett sounds like a fucking middle schooler trying to make up jokes to embarrass the other middle schooler.
Yeah. Your girl got fucked. Like, bro, dog, you're a fucking no, bro. That shit was just so bad and just uninspired. It's the most generic shit ever. Like, it's all MJF has been, and anything he's around has been is just the most generic play-by-play shit ever.
It's not over. MJF tells Jeff Jarrett
No.
he's not scared and he is nothing like him. He didn't need his daddy to get on top. He didn't need his own company. MJF made MJF. He says this company, when I was at the top, had the biggest wrestling show at Wembley, 82,000. We had record buys. We had record buys. We had record ratings. We had record ticket sales. And then I got screwed. He says his name, legacy, and reputation has been dragged through the mud by the same people that wanted to put him on a pedestal. And they willingly, with a smile on their face, took it out from under me and treated me like nothing. He says he needs to win the world title to shove it down each and every one of their throats, but he says, but I will not but he says, but I have to stand by and wait in line for Jeff Jarrett. He says, no wrestling fan has ever gave a shit about you. And just because you're friends with Owen Hart, you think you're owed a grand finale. He says, even though Jeff Jarrett, even though you are Jeff Jarrett, you're no more than a carny succubus riding the coattails of your deceased friend. Jeff Jarrett punches him, and a brawl breaks out. This was just, with MJF for the better part of 4 or 5 fucking years put on some of the best quality AEW content one could ever possibly fathom. And you fast forward to this just was uninspired, no fire behind it. There was just nothing to this, man. There was nothing to this. It was like, I keep bringing up MJF and CM Punk. When MJF and CM Punk would have their promo battles, you would feel genuine animosity, heat, right? You would just feel this personal turmoil in MJF when he was talking about the effect that CM Punk had on him and all this kind of stuff. All this stuff. And it was just genuine. It was so genuine. And that's for all those years, not even just with CM Punk, with damn near everybody the guy feuded with. That's what made it so amazing, it was just genuine. And you could tell it came from MJF's heart. You look at the stuff with Cody. You look at the stuff from the Wardlow program. You look at the Better Than You Bebe stuff. MJF is the king of making things feel real, blurring the lines between reality and fiction, and making things seem genuine. When he would go out on a promo battle against anybody, it genuinely felt like MJF had some shit he needed to get off his chest. This felt like somebody told him, go have a heated promo battle and make it sound like you try to sell people that you hate Jeff Jarrett's guts for God fucking knows what reason.
For no reason. It's just, even there was contradictory in the promo. How was MJF going to say, "Oh, I'm not going to wait in line after you"?
Dude.
What you wanted him to do it? That was your plan. Him to win it, and you to face him to get it. How are you gonna say, I shouldn't have to wait in line for you? Bro, you put him in the line. What are you talking about, you idiot? Bro, there he goes. Tony Khan already contradicting himself week after week. He does it. Does a feud, does something, in the feud, and next week completely contradicts what he did last week. It's a fucking cycle, dude.
Yes.
And it's not good television. That was a horrible promo battle. It was the most generic, just let's just roast each other when we're out there. I'll just say, something about your girl. You'll say something about mine. Generic. This and that. That's all it is. That's all MJF has been. And if this continues, boy, is this gonna be a sad fucking year for MJF.
So, that was one of the huge things I wanted to talk about too from MJF's dialogue in his last bit of the promo here. He says, you expect me to stand around and wait in line for Jeff Jarrett? Motherfucker, then why the fuck didn't you get in the gauntlet match to go
Yeah.
to go get your championship back? What? You this you literally told Jeff Jarrett you will help him as long as he gives
Hey,
you the first shot, which
yeah,
in turn means you're waiting for Jeff Jarrett to win the title
yeah. You're
because
purposely.
it's too hard. The main event scene is too hard for you right now. And now you're coming out here saying you need it back? Well, clearly not, because you just told us last week it was too hard for you. Clearly you don't want it that bad. I mean, get with the fucking program, dude. I mean, what this shit, man. I mean, you know, anybody could sit here and say, you guys are just fans, man. You guys hate AEW, dude. It doesn't take an idiot to see how non-fucking sensical this shit is. That makes
Yeah,
no sense.
it's just it doesn't make sense. Nothing week to week is making sense with anything MJF does. Any feud he's involved in was one week a completely different thing the next. It's frustrating.
Dude, and literally, and this is coming from somebody who just fucking said MJF is the king of this kind of stuff. He's the king of blurring lines and the king between, or the king of making things feel genuine. And what have we seen from MJF since he's got back? A bunch of disingenuous fucking feuds. The feud of Daniel
Yeah.
Garcia had no heat behind it, and then they just dropped that when Adam Cole came back. Then the Adam Cole feud absolutely continued. The Adam Cole feud probably fucking turned so many people away. It's not even funny with how bad that was.
Oh yeah.
And then what do you do after that? You end the Adam Cole feud like everybody asked, okay. And what do? You put him with Jeff Jarrett and you make this shit even fucking more disingenuous. And again, going back to the Adam Cole feud, disingenuous. They completely flipped the storyline on its head. I mean, did Tony Khan hear something? Did he hear that MJF is just using this contract, and then after this contract he's going to WWE? Is he using this does he know MJF's done after this? So is he going to use this contract to completely fuck the dude over? Because at this point, I'm sorry, this has got to be on purpose. There's no way you can there's no way you can make somebody look this fucking stupid every week.
No, there's no way you accidentally, constantly make someone look this bad. There's no way.
Dude, my God. I seen a lot of people saying, how WWE gets a lot of shit for, the I seen a lot of people saying, WWE gets a lot of shit for even mentioning Owen Hart, and a lot of people were ragging on AEW for bringing up Owen Hart. Personally, I didn't there's not too many. Yeah, it's promo stuff, dude. I mean, AEW does so much good for Owen Hart, and it's, to me, man. I'm never really gonna be that guy that's really getting upset over things that were used for promo material, you know.
No.
So I know a lot of people were upset about that. Personally, I was not at all, but just thought that was worth mentioning because that's been on the realm over the past 5 days on social media, is people just being upset that stuff was used. You know, if that was their only thing that they tried to use to garner some heat here, you might have something there, at least for me, dude, but this whole fucking thing didn't make any sense. So by the time we got to that, I was just more astonished by all the other shit that they're trying to manufacture and muster up to bring some heat to this MJF and Jeff Jarrett feud.
Literally. Like, you're kidding me. For this feud, it's just, I don't get it. It's just horrible stuff. Another week, which is inconsistent, horrible MJF booking. It's insane.
We get a video package for Okada and Ishii's history. They will be they will be fighting on Collision. Well, by the time we're recording this, the match already happened. But Okada and Ishii are yeah, they played a video package for their history, and they had a match for the Continental title on Collision. So
Yay. That's what they're doing with Okada. Just old New Japan matches.
Yep. This is what they're doing with the guy who just faced off with Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega doesn't give a fuck about him anymore, I guess. Kenny Omega's off to greener pastures, or darker fucking pastures, and Okada is also off to darker pastures because he's still stuck on Collision. There's no word on his group, and there's no word on his career at this point. There's nothing.
No.
Yeah. This is the best part of the show right here, because by God, I needed this. It wasn't the match, so bear with me. Hook versus Christian Cage. I mean, the match was okay.
Christian Cage and Hook match is about as good as it could get.
Yeah. Hook put in the red rum. And the patriarchy jumped in the ring to make the save, and disqualified. They disqualified Christian from the match by hitting Hook, and they're jumping Hook. And then we hear the theme music for one Samoa Joe. Holy shit. Samoa fucking Joe is back.
Thank God.
Oh, God. Thank the fucking Lord. God.
They really need this man back.
Samoa Joe is back. Shibata comes out to save Hook, and the commentary's freaking out about this too, as if Shibata hasn't been here for the entirety that Joe has been gone and has just not been helping Hook. Now he's back. Hook is back, or Joe is back, so now Shibata is back too, so okay. So we have Hook, Shibata, and Joe. I actually like the pairing of these three, more specifically Joe and Hook, but Shibata, all right.
He's not too intrusive.
Exactly.
So I don't care.
Exactly. Yeah, he doesn't, 9 times out of 10 he would be holding the camera filming those backstage segments where they were jumping people, so you wouldn't even see him anyway.
Exactly. So, dude, thank God Joe is back. I mean, this show needs him. And it's just so nice to have him back, dude. Thank God.
You are not fucking lying, bro. You are not lying. Joe and Shibata make the save, and hopefully we start getting those cool ass Hook and Joe segments again. I would love to see Hook and Joe do more as a tag team. I would like to see them as a tag team. I would have liked to seen them go up against Zay and Quay. I would love to see them go up against the Hurt Syndicate. I love these two as a pairing. I thought they were a great pairing. I would love to see these guys go after trios titles, you name it. I would like to see these guys do more, being that the first time around, they were the best part about television, and while they were, get this, they were one of the best parts about fucking television while feuding with the Learning Tree. Okay? That
Yep.
says a lot about them.
Literally. That's crazy. Exactly.
So that was that. Samoa Joe is back. I feel sorry. I don't know why they didn't I would say, I don't know why they didn't wait till like Grand Slam, but then we would have had to wait a whole nother month for the guy, and the show
Yeah, I
really
don't know.
fucking needs him, dude. I feel sorry he had to return in front of 1,000 people, but I mean,
Yeah,
if we had to get him
that's
back,
fine.
we had to get him back.
No matter what, I think you should anticipate wrestling in front of 1,000 people. So that's the thing, and it's better to see him at the normal time instead of at like 2 in the morning, or like by that time of the pay-per-view or the show or whatever it is, like 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
So
Joe
I
came
think
back
that
21 hours ago. It was live at Grand Slam. Yeah.
1 hours ago. But glad to have Joe back.
Absolutely. Absolutely love to have Joe back. Do you remember the casino men's match from last week?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're doing a 97-man promo where we're all talking about where we want to go with our futures. I'm surprised
Mm-hmm.
none of these guys said WWE. All these guys in the match are talking about where they want to go with their future feuds. Roddy says he wants Switchblade. The camera then goes to a pre-taped Switchblade promo. Switchblade says he wants a piece of Yuta. We then go back to the Undisputed Kingdom. Adam Cole says they're going to have gold this year. Because these champions, there's something champions in AEW. And then Kyle O'Reilly says, they're not as good as they think. Then the camera cuts to Daniel Garcia. Speaking of champions that aren't as good as they think, the camera cuts to Daniel Garcia, and Daniel Garcia says he wants to fight every week. This promo was an absolute clusterfuck of a promo. It's just cutting to different groups and different people. I want to face this guy. I'm coming for you. I want this title. I'm here to fight. I'm coming for this. I'm coming. What the fuck? What?
It was literally Tony Khan was like, "Oh damn, we got to get all these people conversating on the show. How do we do it? Oh, let's just set it up as like a fucking 8-man fucking Zoom call and call it a fucking day." Good lord.
Good Lord is right. Good fucking Lord is right. My God.
Those are the words of AEW Dynamite. Good lord.
Speaking of gauntlets, the women's gauntlet. The match starts with Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter. Okay. The third contestant out, Megan Bayne. Megan Bayne is apparently from Stardom, and she is signed to AEW. Why? I have no idea. This is probably the last we're going to see Megan Bayne. She didn't even get the graphic. So if she is signed to AEW, I think that tells you how much importance Tony Khan is already putting on her. And it was probably it was probably the wrong decision by Megan Bayne.
Oh boy, more than likely, either she's gonna do, occasional, you show up every 2 months work in AEW, or she's gonna go down to ROH and just be in that fucking prison. So, don't know why she signed here, but she enjoys a paycheck, probably why.
Next out was Julia Hart. Next out was Willow. Willow and Chris Statlander are performing tag team offense in this match, smiling at each other, having friendly chop-offs.
They hate each other, right? Okay.
Excuse me. Did these two... So... Aren't these the same two women that had a banger ass Chicago street fight at All Out last year? Is that
Mhm.
these two women
Yeah. They feuded
that
together. They hated
did
each
a
other.
whole feud and breakup best friend angle? That's them, right?
Just chopping it up like buddies. Makes no fucking sense.
uh, next out is Tony Storm, and the next out is Harley Cameron. This match ends with Tony Storm rolling up Julia Hart.
You have you have Harley Cameron in the match, and you fucking pin Julia, the most recently returned person in that match.
I would have been less shocked if you fucking pinned Jamie Hayter at this point.
Yeah. Julia Hart. I just you're literally about to build that group up, House of Black as a new group with a
The
new name
Hounds
and
of
shit,
Hell.
fucking hellhounds and shit. You're gonna fucking start that process soon, and she loses. Great work, Tony. Just genius of
Fucking
the genius.
fantastic. What a genius. Um, you know, yeah, this is who we got in the gauntlet match. We got Megan Bain, got Harley Cameron, no Thunder Rosa, no Hikaru Shida, no huh. What's that
Who
one
named
woman's name? That OG, that
oh,
AEW OG. I think it was the first one she ever. I think it was the first woman they ever signed. What was her name again?
oh man, was it I don't remember, man. Was it Britt Baker?
Oh, Dr. Britt Baker.
Oh yeah,
Man,
DMD.
yeah,
Tony Khan's
DMD.
favorite at one point.
Hmm,
Hmm.
interesting. Very interesting, and it's gonna get a whole
Boy,
lot more interesting Friday. It's gonna get a whole lot
boy.
more interesting Friday on news because, according to what we've
Fucking
heard, doesn't look like Britt Baker is gonna be. It doesn't look like the once beloved Britt Baker is going to be in the company. And here we are with another person people are putting the blame on of
yep.
well, the
Becky
problem's
Balls.
gone now.
Problems gone now.
Yeah, I thought when Jimmy Jacobs left, the problem was gone, and the fucking show got
Thought
worse.
when CM Punk left, I thought when the last person above the merchandising of the company left, it was
Oh,
good, dude.
yeah,
Every time.
an AEW OG, man,
So many of them dipping.
another one gone.
Cody, Lucha Bros,
You might as well
fucking
count the elite at this point. Those fucking boys don't want to be
Kenny.
there.
Oh, dude, Kenny, Bucks, gone. Mentally, at least, they're out of
Yes.
here.
They've been gone. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Tony Storm pins Julia Hart, and Julia Hart takes a pin for God knows what reason, man. It's very interesting. It's very interesting, man. Again, um it's it, it's very interesting. I swear to and I said this as soon as I seen that report about Britt Baker. I swear to God, if she does end up going to WWE and we hear that this woman is a saint and we hear that people love Britt Baker, I swear to God, they're I don't, man. I'll wait to see, because again, I don't think Britt Baker in her environment was completely innocent. I think there
No,
was, at least from everything we heard from her, we know Britt Baker is not innocent, and we know there was a lot of friction there with having her as the locker room leader. We always make the Charlotte Flair and Britt Baker jokes, but
but like, it's also an environment thing. You can't
yes,
allow that to happen. You can't
yes,
allow people to take over locker rooms and be like that. It's about
exactly.
at the end of the day, it's Tony Khan's fault. Ugh, I love saying that. I love saying that so much.
It's I don't know, man. Yes, we'll definitely deep dive into it on Friday. Also, I would also like to wait just to see what else comes out because
Sure.
what we know now, and maybe some of you guys have seen it, maybe some of you guys haven't. It's very interesting. It's very fucking interesting, and yeah,
Very.
I don't know. I don't know, man. But regardless, the women's gauntlet ends with Toni Storm pinning Julia Hart. This is obviously the right way to go. Obviously, Toni being from Australia and stuff, and obviously the whole storyline with Mariah May. What the fuck happened to these cool ass Toni Storm amnesia RJ City interviews? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
They Tony Khan is too lazy. He's just, I'll just call her a rookie. They'll understand.
Put some
Never ends,
fucking
dude.
production into it, dude. You did that first week she came back, did that interview with RJ City. It was great. It really let her character shine through. Other than that, we see nothing. We see
We
no
don't
follow
see
up to the Toni Storm amnesia storyline.
Nope.
In the main event, Jon Moxley versus Will Hobbs. Now I know a lot of people were telling AEW to pivot and put the title on Will Hobbs. A lot of people were saying, fuck it, put the title on Will Hobbs. I'm going to tell you right now, if they actually put the title on Will Hobbs, a lot of you would be complaining, they just dropped the storyline.
You dropped it like that. You dropped it.
You
Not
haven't
gonna
pushed
drop
Hobbs
it.
at all. He's been a loser, and he just wins the
Why,
belt.
why wasn't it Kyle Fletcher, fucking Randy Orton that did it?
Will Hobbs was not winning this match, nor should Will Hobbs
Oh,
have won this match. They have done nothing to make you fucking. This guy just lost to the international champion. Why the fuck would you ever consider him to win the world title right now?
they don't treat him. They don't treat big men right. This is AEW. Look at Wardlow, Brian Cage, Lance Archer, Will Hobbs. Look at all these guys are all booked horribly by Tony Khan. He don't care for big guys.
And this is coming from somebody who does not
I
like the
like
Death Rider storyline at this point. And I
I,
love Hobbs,
I love
but
Hobbs. I want the story to end, but it obviously wasn't going to happen here.
and what makes this Death Rider storyline so fucking irritating is the fact that, and I don't know how we're gonna do this, but is the fact that it is a genuine, real possibility we have to deal with this storyline for another 6 months.
Oh, we
And
will.
and is it theoretically, would it make the most sense to do? Yes, it would.
Mhm.
Does it at this point make it the most tolerable thing to do? Not at all.
Oh,
Because
gotta pick your poison here, man.
because the story here now is with Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. Now, AEW is no stranger to dropping storylines and acting like nothing ever happened. I could absolutely see if they did want to pivot, I could absolutely see Darby coming back, still going for the world title, but acting as if he had no beef with Jon Moxley and acting like they did not take him out. I could very well see that being the case. Look, they just brought Samoa Joe back. Don't you think he would want to go after the learning tree because they fucking drove him through some fucking drywall? They fucking drove his ass through a bunk of fucking 5/8. Don't you think? But you know, they're no strangers to again acting like nothing happened. And with Moxley, again, does it make sense for him? Does it make sense for Darby Allin to beat him? Yes, it absolutely makes sense for Darby Allin to be the one to beat Jon Moxley. But at this point, man, I could if AEW does want to pivot, which on it to be 100% honest, I don't even see that happening. A lot of people are moving with
No,
this idea that Tony Khan's going to listen to them.
I don't think
Tony,
he will this time.
y'all should have told Tony Khan his shit was fucked up when he did listen to you guys. Now,
Mm-hmm.
all his dumbass fan base got in his fucking head and they make him think he can do no wrong. And now he doesn't switch shit for anybody. And now he doesn't listen. And now all of you are
Nope.
looking fucking silly.
Oh, you're all looking stupid. Dude, he wanted Kenny Omega to face Don Callis and Don Callis family. He got injured, had to wait a year and a half to come back, and when he came back, Tony Khan wanted them that feud. So that's what we get with Kenny Omega after he comes back. It's the same thing he intended. If Tony Khan wants to do something, he's gonna do it. He don't care about nobody else. This Death Rider shit is ending with Darby. And I don't know why it's going to do it. It's because these fans, they're even the hardcore fans for AEW, they're going to complain about it at times. But when that moment happens, when Darby comes back and when he beats him, half of those tweets will be, well, it was a rocky way to get here, but it was worth it. Tony kind of read those tweets, never listen to your opinions again. So that's why AEW's in the state it's in. So they're not going to pivot, and it's going to be for half of this year. We're
Well, my man has frozen on us, but oh, there he
don't
is. Okay,
Don't tell me I was disconnected during my whole thing.
not the whole thing, just literally like the past like 7 seconds.
Oh, thank God. Oh, fuck me. But yeah, that's why Tony Khan's never gonna listen to people. That's why he's always gonna do what Tony Khan does. Because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, people are still gonna praise him. No matter how rocky it was to get there, once they get to the end of the road, they'll praise him. And he said, okay, I could do no wrong. I'm gonna do what I do. That's why it's never gonna change. That's why AEW's in the state it's in.
Yep. Yeah. That's exactly why we're in the state we're in, man. Tony Khan is he really had something special here. If this company was sensible in their booking, this Darby Allen return would be this Darby Allen return should be so great.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the way the Death Riders, have just tormented this man. For him to come back to an even just in a good way, a worse state in AEW after the Death Riders have just laid waste to everybody. But he's legitimately coming back to a worse state in AEW. This Death Rider shit, by the time he comes back, is going to be even
Oh,
fucking worse than it was when before he left, and it was bad before he left, and it is going to be worse in not in a good way. It's going to be worse in a fucking horrible way, and it's going to
oh,
be people are going it's going to be similar to the Young Bucks title reign. Look at how many times people said you got to get the titles off the Young Bucks. Tony Khan didn't want to get the titles off the Young Bucks, so what did he fucking do? He kept the titles on the Young Bucks until Tony Khan felt it was best to take the titles. And actually, if they didn't have that match at Wrestle Dream with Private Party, and if they didn't
you
do as good as Tony Khan wanted them to, they weren't even in the plans to take the titles from the Young Bucks. It was after that Tony Khan said, "We have something here. You have something here. You had something there earlier in the summer with the fucking Outrunners. What do you mean you have something here?"
good Lord. Yep, that's how Tony Khan works, dude.
You
That is
could
how.
have
Mm-hmm.
with those tag titles, dude, you could have easily put them on the fucking Outrunners. You could have had FTR be jealous and turn heel on them because Lord knows they are not the most popular tag team nowadays anyway. So you might as
No,
well turn them fucking into a heel act anyway. Tony Khan doesn't want them as a heel. He wants them with rated cope. So
he wants some rated cope, and that's it. He don't want the acclaim no more. He got rid of the acclaimed. Simple as that. If he don't want something, if he wants to do something, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
yes, Will Hobbs, moral of the story, Will Hobbs was never winning this match, nor should Will Hobbs have won this match. Um, In the beginning of the match, the Death Riders, they came out to distract Will Hobbs. Mox then takes advantage of the distraction as Will Hobbs, a little later in the match, starts biting Mox's ear, which busted him open. Marini Shafir would hit Will Hobbs in the head with the briefcase while the ref wasn't looking into a Death Rider and a Bulldog choke from John Moxley, which would lead to Will Hobbs passing out. Now, after this, the Death Riders attacked. They put the chair in Will Hobbs's knee or ankle, whatever it was. Claudio did the running stomp on his on his knee. He did the running stomp on his knee, and I shit you not. And they did this with MJF and Roger Strong back at Full Gear. I shit you not 1 second after they stomped the chair on his leg, Copeland's music hit. Like, dog, you guys know the Death Riders are known for doing this shit. And if the company is and if the company is in dire straits, like they're trying to play it off that the Death Riders are wreaking all this havoc, shouldn't you guys be on fucking standby? Because you know the Death Riders are going to get involved? I mean, how fucking stupid does everybody in this company look?
Oh, they look like fucking idiots, dude. It's every time with the Death Riders, it's the people they're facing. Fucking morons. Never gonna work.
No, it's not. They do this spot with Will Hobbs. They stomp the chair on his they stomp the chair onto his knee. When I tell you this announce team sounded like they did not give a fuck. I mean, it sounded like they did not give a flying fuck that this guy just got his leg stomped. Excalibur's dead ass sitting there. Oh my god. He stomped on Hobbs' knee. What?
I don't know, man. The commentary cares as much as I do. I'll tell you that.
Apparently, after the show, Hobbs did like this monster comeback, but they ran out of time, so they weren't able to film it. He got up and I don't know, I guess they were trying to put him over as a monster or something. He got up and walked away on a limp leg.
And how are you gonna fucking spend your week every Dynamite with an overrun where you have your fucking match bleed 8 minutes after the show is supposed to end, but you can't organize your show to where you know you're gonna get this overrun to get that key moment, but the match, the 8 minutes of the match is more important. That's why the company is also in another reason why they're in the state they're in.
Yep. Just for Hobbs to show up on Saturday Collision and work a 12-man tag with
12-man tag.
This went absolutely viral on social media for all the wrong reasons. It was rated R FTR versus rated R FTR, the Outrunners and Will Hobbs versus the Death Riders and the Learning Tree. The Learning Tree that is literally everything the Death Riders go against.
I don't.
And that was AEW for the week.
It was horrible. It was sad. It's depressing.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's a bad fucking show, dude.
It is very, very fucking depressing, bro. It is very fucking depressing. And if you're watching AEW Dynamite and you're feeling a little sad, you're down, you start to get a little tired, man. You need a little energy. W Energy, man. W Energy. An energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without the jitters. So you can focus in on really what makes Tony Khan tick and really focus in on what AEW needs to be better. It's a clean energy formula, sugar-free, 0-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings, with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving, man. You can get your W Energy products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout, man. The official sponsor of your guys here at NHP. Thank you guys so very much, and shout out, as always, to the good people over at W.
Man, it was a shout out, man. Maybe if Tony Khan had W, Dynamite would be at least a little better off, man. He'd actually be able to focus. You know, it helps you focus, not only wake you up, but maybe the show would be a little more focused, man. But you guys should try W yourselves, man.
Yeah, man, maybe that's what Tony Khan needs so he could stop using Chat GPT to help him write Dynamite. So, all right.
Hmm.
Friday night SmackDown. Really, only one thing to talk about from SmackDown. Solo Sikoa. Oh, I don't think we've seen the Wyatt Six on the show, so much for them moving
That's
over.
just, yeah, just we'll move you over. We're not going to use you
On a
still.
3-hour SmackDown, still not going to use you.
Good fucking lord.
And there's people in our comment section talking about, good God, guys, calm down. Let it play out.
Let it play out. Well, what play out? Not playing. They literally haven't hit play yet. What do you mean let it play out? It's still fucking. They paused the credits, the
That
opening credits.
Yes, they did. They, when when you're watching like a scary movie and you get like the fucking Blumhouse intro in the beginning of the
They,
movie, that they
mhm.
paused it on that.
They paused it on the fucking logos for the movie. Good lord.
I mean, what the fuck? What do you mean
Let
let
it
it
play.
play out? It's been 6 months. It's
There's
been
nothing play.
6 months. And these guys are in the same fucking boat Vince McMahon had Bray Wyatt in. Do this vignette, do this scary vignette, go out there. These guys are in the middle of a feud with the Final Testament, and they get moved. Feud done. What the fuck are we doing? I get you want them to be special, but you need them to be regulars. I don't care
Mm.
about your in order to be special, you need to appear 5 times a year. No, we need to see these guys as regulars. We need to see them as a faction. We need to see them going after tag titles. We need to see them feuding with people.
Oh, dude, like you
It's
need.
ridiculous.
They need to be seen. We need to know they exist. They need to be somewhere. Be their presence known. They couldn't have put some fucking dolls in the background for SmackDown. Nothing.
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 And for the love of God, do not even think about putting them up against the Solo led, or at this point, maybe Jacob Fatu led, which is even worse, Bloodline, because
They
they will look like absolute idiots.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they stand no chance.
Please get it the fuck together with the Wyatt Six.
Ugh.
Solo is in the ring. Jacob Fatu is cutting a promo, which, can somebody say again, future star of 2025?
Man, he's taking that baton and he's fucking booking it. Shit has got to be crazy.
Well, hopefully not. The last time we heard that saying, it was Tony Khan taking the baton and running with it. So we don't want
Well,
another situation like that again.
he's in WWE. He has
That's true.
momentum. He has
Oh,
a real crew and real bosses behind him. So he's one I
okay.
trust.
All right. All right. Understandable. Um, um, Jacob Fatu is cutting a promo, telling all the people to shut the hell up. Let Solo speak. Solo can't even get a word out. Tama and Jacob are in the ring. Solo cannot get a word out. He drops the mic, takes his blazer off, throws it around his shoulder, and walks out through the crowd as one of the most horrifying sights a man can possibly see. Solo didn't see it, but I seen it. We all seen it on television. Jacob Fatu is staring a fucking hole into him as he's walking out of the arena. Like, where the fuck are you going?
Like, bro, what? Where are you going, bro? Oh man,
Very interesting. Where do you see this where do you see this going, and what do you think the whole symbolism behind Solo walking out, and what is next? What's next for the Solo bloodline?
I think Solo was speechless. I mean, what do you say after all that? I mean, at the end of the day, he lost. he failed becoming the tribal chief, and he's gotta. I think he realized he's not cut out to be a leader of a group, or maybe even a member of a group. Maybe he's gonna go solo, man. So, but I mean, he just left the people he brought into the company behind: Jacob Fatu, Tamatonga. I think the feud between, Solo and Jacob, and, the involvement with, what Jacob turns that group into, I think it starts, man, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to see how this goes, how they do it, and I'm very excited, man. But what about you? Where do you think this is all going and leading and whatnot?
Yeah, when Solo walked off with that look that Jacob had on his face, I think he's going to hold a lot of resentment to Jacob, or I think Jacob's gonna hold a lot of resentment towards Solo Sikoa because he walked out on the family.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to the resentment that Sikoa had for Roman after Roman walked out on the family after WrestleMania 40. I think this is the position that we're in. I think Solo is in the position of Roman. I think Solo's in the position of Roman Reigns right now. And let's just say Roman Reigns does not have anything else going on at Mania. Should we see Roman and Fatu at WrestleMania? Could we see Solo being the deciding factor to to cost Jacob Fatu a match against Roman Reigns after he takes his bloodline and makes it, even more diabolical than Solo had it? Could that be the case? Could we be looking at something like that? Or what I think is going to happen, Solo versus Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see Solo versus Jacob at WrestleMania, and I think that um I think that we'll see something like that, and I think we'll see maybe a story of like who is the maybe we see a story of like Hikaleos with Jacob, but where do the Tongans lie? Where
Mm-hmm.
where is Tongaloa is Tamatonga? Because Solo brought them into the company, but Jacob
Yeah.
stayed with them after Solo walked
Mm-hmm.
out. So I could maybe see something like that, and then after WrestleMania, maybe I could see the Tongans turning on Solo, and then officially aligning with Solo Sikoa. Maybe we see something like that. But overall, man, I think the Mania match we're looking at is Jacob versus Solo. And like I said,
Right.
if not that, I could see if Roman doesn't have anything to do with any other of the big names that he's already been discussed to face at WrestleMania. I could see Roman and Fatu with Solo maybe making a comeback to cost Jacob Fatu that match because of what he's done with his bloodline since then. So I could see something like that. Very intriguing segment and open the door to a lot of great possibilities with the new bloodline, man. But I genuinely think very soon we are going to see the impending debut of Hikaleo as a part of the, I guess, what will now be the Jacob Fatu bloodline.
Oh, 100%, man. So I think this all starts. I think the new bloodline starts and whatever they're gonna, have an identity as. I'm very curious. And I think this whole process starts, man, and I'm very excited.
Definitely, definitely, man. Yeah, that was basically everything on SmackDown. That was basically everything on SmackDown, man. So moving over to the flagship show, to the A show, Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Your January 20th edition of Raw from Dallas, Texas, the American Airlines Center, I think. I think the one in Miami's the arena. So I think the one in Dallas, yes, I believe it's the American Airlines Center, I think. I always used to get them mixed up. So it's either center or arena, one of the two. I know Miami's got one. Actually, I think the one in Miami's changed now. I don't think that's American Airlines owned anymore. But anyways, they're in Dallas, Texas, where the Mavericks play. They're doing the walk-in things, and they're showing Punk, and then they show Rhea. Rhea gets bombarded by Nia Jax. Nia Jax attacks Rhea Ripley in the open to the match. I guess from what happened last week, I thought Nia Jax was supposed to be on SmackDown, but okay, whatever.
Right.
You. you know, it would be nice for WWE to say like, hey, while the transfer window's going on, we need to anybody can go anywhere during this
Yeah.
time.
So we could see how this could work and feel
Yes.
out stuff.
There's like
But
little to no fucking mention of the transfer window.
no, I'd literally just get random ringside notifications
He
that, oh, this
moved. He
person moved.
moved.
Yep.
Yep.
And nothing on actual TV that like tells you these things and solidifies these things and nothing of the sort.
Yeah.
It's I don't know what Triple H's fucking failure with drafts and moving people from brand to another, but he's got to put someone else in charge of this next time at this point because he just doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to a draft or brand organization.
Yeah, evidently not. Or just at least being clear about your rules, because with the amount of people that are on the other brand that we seen tonight, you know, it's just like at this point you might as well just call this a soft brand split, bro. Because and again, dude, at this fucking point, you might as well
Just say,
just say, and this is all it could take to clear up all the confusion. All you could say is the transfer window takes place from the end of December to the end of January, and then after the Royal Rumble, everybody needs to be set and in their own rosters. But until then, anybody for that month from December to January, anybody could show up anywhere because the GMs want to, like Sir K said, feel out who's going to be on their brand, see how people work on the brand, see how the GMs like certain people being a part of their show, shit like that.
mhm,
That's all it would take to clear some of this shit up. But they're not doing that, and they need to do a way better job at how clear this transfer window works next time around, because it's just like I thought the transfer window was like going to be like by the beginning of the year, and then I thought,
mhm.
okay, maybe after the premiere show on Netflix, and now it's just continuing to go on, and it's just like, dude, be
Tell
clear,
us.
like how does this work exactly, when does it
Give
end?
us There was a time frame, rules, what can happen, what can't happen, when the time frame, something, dude. It's just random notifications that people are moved, and that's it. And it's just free game. Other than that,
um Jay Uso comes out in the opening promo to the show, and he says this Saturday he's taking home the big one. At Saturday night's main event, he's going to, and excuse me, and then Gunther's music hits. He walks down to the ring. He says, "Let me guess. The next thing you were going to say is that you're going to take my World Heavyweight Championship." Jay says, "Yeah, I'm going to beat you and hang it up in my room."
a room.
What is he, a
He,
fucking, what is he, 8?
he,
He's gonna
yeah,
hang it up in, what?
okay. There you, and I would hope you have a house, but okay.
He's gonna hang it up in his room, dude.
In his room. Fucking Jay.
Gunther looks at him and he calls Jay a funny little man. He says he was excited to face Jay until today. I seen you walking in here pretending like our conversation from last week didn't happen. And then I saw you walking out to the ring acting like a complete dork. The way he said dork. I'll tell you, I haven't had this with Gunther in a while because of the way they've booked his fucking character. Caught me completely off guard. Gunther, I used to say it all the time. It's hard. It's so hard. Gunther is the hardest dude to fucking take notes on a promo for, because half the fucking time I'm laughing trying to take my fucking notes. Half the
He's
time,
just cooking people.
the way he emphasized complete dork, it's like it's so hard to take notes on this guy, which is why half the time I like drop my head every time he comes out for a promo, because I'm like, fuck, because I just know it's going to be hard, because this dude is just so fucking hilarious on the mic, and just the way he completely bakes people, it's just
Great.
it's damn near impossible to take notes on this dude half the time. So,
Oh yeah.
anyways, so he says you come out here acting like a complete dork, acting like the company mascot. He says everyone here. He says acting like a complete mascot for everyone here. He says at this point it doesn't matter to me. I might as well get challenged by Jimmy Uso. Jay says, say something about my brother again. Gunther cuts him off and he says, or what? What are you going to say? It doesn't matter. He says, it doesn't matter what you say because you never follow up with your words. These people are not, he says, you never follow up with your words. And these people believe every word that you say, but I don't. You say you told me last week you wake up every morning and you bet on yourself. Until when? Your cousin whistles and then you go off with him? Until Sammy needs you and then you show up? Until Jimmy needs you and then you show up? Even when Cody needed you, you showed up. And all that makes you is a useful idiot. And you don't even realize it. Your words and your actions do not align. Mine do. And on Saturday, when the bell rings, I'm going to expose you like the flash in the pan that you are. And you have no business being close to this World Heavyweight Championship.
Hey.
This is the fucking Gunther we need. I don't know why this Gunther went away.
No. For fucking Damian Priest. I don't get it.
Yeah, where the fuck's what is he doing that's necessarily lighting the world on fire right now?
Fucking A. I couldn't fucking tell you, dude. But this is gotta love Gunther, bro. And I like what just WWE has been doing with their characters lately. How they're exposing their characters in a good way. They're talking about all their character flaws, and they're just constantly Drew's hitting it home with people. People are hitting it home with Drew. Jay's hitting it with people. People are hitting it on Jay. It's just everyone's character flaws are coming out, and it's just great.
It is. It's awesome. It's awesome, man. Yeah, we talked about it damn near every week at this point. I mean, WWE and I don't think in company history, I don't think we've ever seen this amount of I don't think we've ever in company seen this amount of characters that have this much depth to them.
No.
I mean, you can hear all the old heads talk about how the Attitude Era was the best time and it had Rock and Austin and all these guys, dude. But now, the amount of guys that have deep-rooted stories, this is the best. This is the best time in company history and the best state in company history we've ever seen characters in.
Oh, 100%. This is the best, yeah, like you said, portrayal of characters ever in the history of the company. Easy.
Yes, I mean you look up and fucking down, bro, from Rollins to McIntyre to Owens to Zayn to Roman to Punk to Gunther to the New Day to you even look at undercard guys like Karrion Kross. It's just like guys like that. It's just like everybody just has something to them, and it's the most complete we've ever seen it in company history, in my opinion. But yeah. But with that, Jay grabs the mic and he says, "You're right. Everything out of your mouth was true again. I am the mascot, and this right here is my team." He points at the crowd. "This is my squad. They ride with me. They slide with me. And then Saturday, they're going to be with me when I beat you for the World Heavyweight Championship, Oos. I told you I respected you, and you're going to respect me. You're going to put some respect on my name because there's only one of us here that main evented WrestleMania, and it ain't you."
Right.
Gunther then attacks Jey Uso. Jey Uso fights back, super kicks Gunther out of the ring, holds up the World Heavyweight Championship, and then Gunther grabs the belt after Jey puts it down and retreated.
Yeah. Great fucking segment from those guys, man. Love what
Yes.
they're doing.
And I seen everybody shitting on this, man. Why is
Every
Gunther facing Jey Uso? It's like, dude, this is the Gunther we need to see, though. Y'all weren't
yeah,
complaining about the Damian Priest feud when this guy looked like a complete fucking moron half the time. He's going out there and he's fucking scared of Damian Priest, which they didn't even. I don't even think he beat Damian 1-on-1 clean.
oh, I don't think
Like,
he did either.
what the fuck? I
Good,
mean,
yes.
is Damian Priest is Gunther's kryptonite? Yeah, that's fucking believable. Um,
Damien.
however, Finn Balor, or not Finn Balor, sorry, Gunther looked great, and this is you can shit on the feud with Jey Uso all you want. This is the type of character portrayal of Gunther that we need to see. He's at
Oh
his
yeah,
best when he is just fucking
full.
destroying somebody on the mic, man. I mean, it just the cockiness behind his character is just chef's kiss. It's amazing.
Yeah, he's full confident in his mind. He knows he's better than that person in every way, and he's gonna let them know it. And that shit is just fucking great.
New Day are backstage. They see JBL. They see JBL backstage, and they say, "Hey, man, you're really gonna defend us on commentary tonight, right?" They slip $2 in his coat jacket.
Hmm.
And JBL, and they're telling JBL, yeah, man, you understand, right? You understand us, right? You get us, man. We had to do what we had to do, man. And JBL starts giving backhanded compliments. He said, yeah. He says, yeah, it's not like the whole time people were chanting New Day rocks, they were talking about Big E because he's got all the muscles and all the charisma out of the group, right? Yeah, why would anybody like him? New Day get pissed. And they say, oh, okay, backhanded compliments. All right, John. All right, I see how it is. All right, fine. I see. They walk away. JBL says, "Can I keep the $2?" Got a pop out of the crowd. This is great. This is great, man. It was a nice New Day segment. And again, thank God we're finally getting these guys back in the ring. But yes, this was a nice nice New Day segment, man. And it was obviously these guys are always funny as hell. So
Oh, exactly. Being funny as hell, and just building up that heat with the roster and whatnot, and just building up to what I think is gonna happen at Mania, man. So I'm excited.
yes, and they get out of the ring, or they get out to the ring. Sorry, and JBL's on commentary, and he's not having it with the New Day. He is not defending them whatsoever. And Kofi Kingston gets beat by Rey Mysterio after Woods gets kicked out. He beat him by a roll up as Kofi Kingston is out there with a full beard with no mustache. Diabolical. Okay, that's the
Evil
first
work.
thing. That is just that God. That
That
is
is an evil fucking work.
dia-fucking-bolical, bro. Diabolical.
Mm-hmm.
Woods Woods gets kicked out. As soon as the match ends and Ray's standing there just smiling and he's happy as fuck, you just see Woods behind him just darting to the ring. And then he just jumps up, attacks Ray. He 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 jumps off both feet just to hit Ray with a forearm. They get Ray in the ring. Ray's LWO buddies come out, Joaquin and Raul Mendoza. They come out, fucking New Day, get out of the ring, retreat through the crowd. And as LWO are looking in the crowd, they come around the other side of the barricade, jump the rope, pull Joaquin out of the ring, throw him into the ring post, and then run off back to Gorilla.
They're such little, just fucking shit, dude. It's great.
More
Ugh, that
diabolical work by the New Day, bro.
that's how you play like the chicken shit heel. Is
They're smart.
they they're smart. They'll just fuck with you. They'll run away, turn around, go behind you. and push you down and run away again. They're good. That's how you do a chicken shit heel, dude. I love
Yes.
what they're doing with the New Day.
Yes, it took them long enough to get these fucking guys back in the ring, but this was
Forever.
more diabolical work that was funny as shit. And I love
Oh, I love
the
seeing this.
chicken shits that they're playing right now.
Because it's smart and it's fucking hilarious.
Yes, and it is very refreshing to see these guys work heel. It's not like we've
Oh,
been
I
saying
love
it
it.
for like the past fucking 6 years.
4 years. Fucking past. Literally, I think the whole time we've had this podcast, we've been saying that about the New Day.
Yes.
I think this
Uh, y-
whole
yes.
existence of this podcast, we have been saying that about the fucking New Day. Good lord.
Yes. And Kofi's doing some diabolical work with that beard, bro. That's
It's a
just crazy.
diabolical combo.
Yeah.
No stash, just straight, just
Chin strap,
mm,
dude.
man,
Diabolical work.
full work right there.
Um no, but they're doing great stuff. Again, I was starting to get a little annoyed with how little they were putting these guys in front of an audience other than just promos where they wouldn't speak. But to get these guys out in the ring and to have, you know, have them yelling at production to shut the music off and to shut the trons off, and these guys just coming out to booze. And then obviously Kofi's out there, with his chin strap beard on, and he's out there wrestling in jeans. Diabolical work, bro. I mean, this is great stuff. It really is. It's great fucking stuff what they're doing here, and you
It
know,
really is.
and the reason I was upset with WWE for taking so long with this is because people fucking care. And this
People care
storyline
about it.
is something to care about.
Exactly. People care about these two. They care about the implications with Big E, the possibilities. Show us what we care about.
Yes. Bailey is in the back. She announces she is officially moved to Monday Night Raw. And she declares for the 2025 Royal Rumble. Yeah, there's, I want to say her first name officially moved to Raw is Bailey.
I think that is, yeah. I think she's the first name moved to Raw. So, good for her, I guess. And building up the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, good stuff. So, what Bailey may do on Monday Night Raw, I don't know, but that we will have to wait and see.
Very curious.
Chad Gable. Speaking of the transfer window, the guy that I guess just isn't being transferred anymore. Chad Gable, he's backstage. He tells, I think it was Kathy Kelly. Yes, he tells Kathy Kelly he has had problems with Rey Mysterio. He's had problems with Dragon Lee. Now he has problems with Penta. He says he knows just the guy to go to solve his luchador problems. Dominic. He's going to Dominic Mysterio. He then, Ivy Nile then proclaims she is going after the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And the Creed brothers proclaim that they are going after the Tag Team Championships.
Finally.
Looks like they're staying on Raw, which,
Good.
I don't know
I mean,
what
I don't think
happened.
I would make that decision.
I don't know. I would have made that either. I just hope these guys get fucking used, for the love of God.
Please use them. Please finally let them go for gold, win gold, something, dude. Use them, please, in a good way, and not just, oh, we need someone to lose. Call them. Please don't do that to them. Please.
Yes, please no. But yeah, that was that. And a little bit later in the night, we did get a follow up on this, but that was that segment. Pretty good, and I hope everything comes to fruition for these guys.
God, I fucking hope so.
Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, he comes out, the music shuts off, and the crowd is still singing. Sami says, thank you guys so much for that. He says, it never gets old. He says he's not going to beat around the bush. He just spoke to Adam Pearce, and he is entering the Royal Rumble match. He says, last week when Seth Rollins told him all he does is help everybody else and never himself, he started thinking, what do I want? He started thinking, what about the 14-year-old me? He started thinking about the millions of people across the world who dream of becoming pro wrestlers. The thousands who actually get to live their dream of being a pro wrestler. The very small group that actually gets to call themselves WWE superstars. And then there's the even smaller group who get to call themselves the upper echelon of WWE superstars. And that's where I'm at right now. And I believe in my heart, I am in that group, and everybody else in that group is in the Royal Rumble. And the only difference between me and those guys, he name drops Drew, he name drops Seth, Roman, Punk, Cena. The only difference between me and all those guys is if they have a world championship to their name and I don't. He says, I've had a great career and I don't need a world championship to be complete because you guys have supported me through the years, and believe it or not, your support over the years has meant more to me than any world championship could. So I don't need the world championship, but damn it, I want it. I want it for the 14-year-old me, so I am going to take it. Kevin Owens' music hit.
Oh.
And I think me and Sammy had the exact same look on our face. Because I was like, oh, shit.
Yes, God.
I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
we're doing this. Okay. Now, again, I'm not even going to really stress the brand split here too bad because that was just great. I did not expect that at fucking all. I did not expect that at all. And when we talk about people being diabolical, this gets diabolical, bro. Because, again, that look Sami Zayn had on his face where his eyes were just, his eyes were huge and his jaw dropped. I think I had the same look on my face when I heard Kevin Owens' music because I was just like, oh, fuck. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
So, and God, this is going to be good. Yet again, 3 years later. Oh my God. 2 years later. Don't make me think about that 2022 Royal Rumble. 2 years later, from the 2023 Royal Rumble, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens are some of the biggest parts going into Royal Rumble again. So,
I love it.
Sami Zayn is now staring face to face with Kevin Owens. Sami says, I knew it was a matter of time before you would be here. How do you want to do this? Kevin Owens says, what do you mean? Sami says, come on, Kev. The whole world's seen what you did to Cody Rhodes when he teamed with Roman Reigns. Kevin is diabolical as a heel, okay? And this man is a fucking monster.
It's just such an intensity in the air of just, oh man, oh God.
Dude, yes. Just the tension that this man just brings with him is diabolical, like I said. So
literally one of those scenes in those type of movies where a character, knows like certain characters like evil or bad or something, and they don't know that they know they're bad, and it's just that tension of just, oh man, when is this dude just gonna do it? When is he just dude?
It's like those scenes in the Halloween movies, where, they would, move a muscle. They would move a tiny muscle and you would see Michael Myers standing right there and he's not moving, but he's eventually going to move and he's eventually going to strike. But when you see him, you just go, oh, fuck. And the person themselves can't see him and they move a muscle. And obviously you could see Michael standing right over their shoulder in the distance and you just say, oh man, especially when it's a character you like and you're like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
They're screwed. Fucking greatness. The tension is insane.
Yes. Kevin Owens says, you think that's why I'm here? He says, I'll admit it. When I first seen you team with Roman Reigns at Survivor Series, I didn't get it, and I was upset. I'll be honest. But then I thought, you and Roman had a lot of history, just like you and I have a lot of history. And Roman did some really terrible things to you that you chose to overlook. Just like I did some horrible things to you in the past and you chose to overlook them. And it's not that you overlooked them, you forgave me, just like you forgave Roman, because that's who you are. You're a good person. And Seth is right. You do a lot for other people, especially for your friends, and you are my best friend. You're like a brother to me more than a friend. And that's why I'm here to tell you, I believe you can win the Royal Rumble. And I know that the Sami Zayn that I've known for 20 years, 25 years can win the Royal Rumble because you deserve it. And you deserve to win the Royal Rumble and fight for the WWE Championship. And we can accomplish one more dream of ours, and that is we dreamed of main eventing WrestleMania. And we did. We main evented WrestleMania for the Tag Team Championships. But this time, we will get to main event WrestleMania one-on-one for the WWE Championship. But that's as long as I leave the Royal Rumble, the WWE Champion. But I know both of those things are going to happen. You're going to win the Royal Rumble because I have your back. And I know I'm going to walk out of Royal Rumble as WWE Champion because just like you had Roman's back, you got my back, right? I just know it. You're my
Evil.
best friend, and I know if I need you, you'll be there. He fucking drops the mic and walks away.
Diabolical, man. I love it, dude. Oh, that
Oh,
tension in the air when that match happened and Sami Zayn doesn't come out at all, or he does come out and, hesitates to help and does however it's gonna go down. Ooh, that tension's gonna be even more intense, dude. It's got to be insane.
oh man. This is going to be fucking nuts. And I really hope, I really, really, really hope these guys eventually one day get their WrestleMania WWE Championship match. I don't know if it'll be main eventing or whatever the case is. You never know when Rock's going to snap his fingers. But I really hope, because I just know. And this is why I was so excited for the OG Bloodline to get back together, because with the amount of popularity Sami Zayn has had, when they turned Kevin Owens heel, I just fucking knew. Sami Zayn and
Hmm.
Kevin Owens were on a collision course to telling the best version of their story, being that
Ever.
now all the years, we're talking about 11 years of history in WWE. This is just in WWE. 11 years of history. Now, again, everybody knows they have history from being friends for 25 years. 11 years of WWE history that's been documented in WWE. But with all the shit that's happened over the past 2 years, this is going
It's
to be
so.
different.
Hmm.
And Kevin Owens basically trying to guilt trip Sami Zayn into helping him because, hey, I'm not mad at you for helping Roman. You have history with Roman, but you also have history with me, and I'm like your best friend. So,
You're gonna help me, right? You're gonna help me. Oh,
dude,
insane. That
you
is
had,
just.
you're gonna help me like you helped Roman, right? I know you are. I already know.
I know you are. I like how he's not asking, he's not demanding. It's just, I
He
know you're
knows.
gonna do it. I know you're gonna do it. Oh, evil.
Ooh.
Love it.
And
Great.
when Sammy doesn't,
Oh,
oh
it's gonna,
man, this is
that
gonna get
man is,
ugly.
it's gonna be another Royal Rumble where that man Sammy just gets destroyed. But it won't be by a group. It's gonna be by one singular man. Oh, it's gonna be insane. He is gonna get taken out of that Royal Rumble.
And we almost could see a complete opposite. of the Royal Rumble 2 years ago, where
What was that?
being instead of him being fucking laid out with Kevin Owens and the Bloodline standing tall, the Bloodline is going to be the one to pick up Sami Zayn and be family
Help him.
for him.
Yep, it's gonna be a total reverse, dude. And that's how you tell great stories is you let it rhyme, and that shit's gonna rhyme, dude. It's gonna be a total subversion of what originally happened 2 years ago at Royal Rumble. At this Royal Rumble, like you
Dude,
said, it's gonna be KO. It's gonna be Sammy on the ground, KO on the ground, but it's gonna be the fucking bloodline helping Sammy up, helping him get out of there, even probably even try to back him up at points, and it's just gonna that man is gonna be pile driven so hard.
a package pile driver is absolutely in Sami Zayn's future. No
Mhm.
fucking question.
The only thing that we don't know is if it's gonna be before or after he gets tossed over that rope by fucking KO.
Yep.
All we know is it's inevitable, and it's gonna be great.
This is going to be fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm telling you,
And
bro. This is going to be
dude,
nuts.
it really is about to be insane,
Whew.
dude. Character work, like we said earlier, talking about Raw, off the fucking charts, dude.
Yes. Story. God, we
This,
love story.
look at us. We're not talking about, oh, this has to happen. Oh, this is gonna suck because we're just marking out about the story. Simple as it should be. Why
Beautiful.
story matter? Because guess what? No, I'm not talking about the match. It's two people you know are gonna have a good match. You don't need to focus on the match. You need to focus on the story.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. This was awesome. And this now is one of the, on top of everything else you have going into the Royal Rumble, this is another thing that makes Owens and Rhodes ladder match that much more intriguing. And
That
now you've added Sammy to the Rumble, so now this is another rich story going into the Royal Rumble on top of Punk and Cena. Obviously, there's been teased there. Punk and Drew, Punk and Seth, Punk and Roman. Roman and Seth, Roman and McIntyre are both going to be in the Rumble. I mean, holy fuck.
Mhm.
I mean, what
It's gonna be insane, bro. It's gonna be fucking crazy.
this Royal Rumble, I really hope doesn't end up as bad as some of these
Please
other
don't.
ones we've seen, because holy shit, they are setting this up to be huge. Now again, what does scare me, last year they set the Royal Rumble up to be very story rich. And last year's Royal
Uh,
Rumble was just, they just kind of bypassed damn near all the stories they had going into it. And we've seen
yeah,
little to nothing for most of them. But I'm telling
it
you,
was a
bro,
one.
oh, it was super generic. And I'm telling you, bro, this year, and all that story mixed with the unpredictability factor, this could be fucking huge. Now, again, I don't want to get my hopes up too much just because of kind of how they went about telling their stories in the Rumble last year, but you can't fault me for being excited, because I'm sure 90% of you are excited as well. So,
Oh, exactly, man. Exactly.
Sheamus and Braun are backstage. Braun is telling Sheamus he's going to break him like an old man. And obviously, these two will be facing off this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday at Saturday night's main event. So, yeah,
Hmm.
it was a decent little
Very cool.
backstage.
Yeah.
Nia Jax versus Bayley. Roxanne Perez is ringside again. Her and Bayley had a little interaction. Roxanne Perez got kicked out of the arena. As the security guard was carrying Roxanne away, some fucking lady fell out of her seat. I thought that was kind of funny.
Uh,
Uh, some lady just completely, because Roxanne was like kicking, and the security
yeah.
guard totally just bumped the lady's legs as she was sitting in her seat, and the lady just fucking fell off the seat. That was kind of funny, but
That's what-
but so there was that interaction. The match went on for a little bit longer, and then Nia ended up beating her with an annihilator. Rhea Ripley would then come out after the match, being that she attacked her later in the show. Her and Nia would get in a pull-apart brawl, and Rhea would challenge her to Saturday night's main event for this Saturday. So That's kind of random, but all right, I guess.
Little first feud to get her through this event, which you really didn't need to get her through an event because it's not a pay-per-view. But
Yeah.
okay, it's just okay, I guess.
Yeah. Judgment Day are backstage and they're talking to the Judgment Day group is kind of rolling their eyes like, what the fuck is this? And then the camera pans and Gable is in the clubhouse. And he's talking to Dominic. And he's talking to Dominic and he's asking him about solving his luchador problem. Dominic says, all right, man, all right, look, I got a guy. He hands him a paper. Gable opens the paper. He says, this is the guy. Dominic says, yep, that's the guy. Gable says, great. All right, time to learn the dark arts of Lucha Libre.
Mm.
A lot of people think this is a tease at... Oh, thank God I don't have to call him that fucking name anymore. A lot of people think this is a tease at Aleister Black coming back to WWE. Interesting, I guess, because why the fuck of all people would Aleister Black know the dark arts to Lucha Libre?
Why would he know Dominic Mysterio?
Yeah, and Dominic, did he even have any history with Dom? I don't think.
I mean, I think wasn't he whooping Dom's ass when he was feuding with? Did he? Wait.
I know Rollins was whooping his ass.
I know Rollins was, dude. That period is just a blur for me, dude. That's the one period that I never remember. That 2019 era, dude. I don't remember it because I feel like he might have been involved in Ray and like Dominic by chance. I don't remember, dude. I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and I mean, obviously, I'm gonna give it a chance. I always try my best to give everything a chance, man. But I don't really know how that correlates. Why
No,
would
I don't know.
Aleister Black know the dark arts to Lucha Libre? Dark arts. That's very interesting. Dark
It's an
arts.
interesting word.
Dark.
That's very interesting phrasing.
He had a nickname before, and the first word to that nickname was Dark, when he was the Dark Father.
I think
And
that's the name of. I think Dark Arts something is the name of Black's either gym or
it's
like
Dark
training.
Arts, professional wrestling and Muay Thai.
So I don't know how he's involved in this and why he would even help Gable in the first place, but if it is him, I genuinely don't know.
Because I mean, he did feud with Pentagon in AEW, or at least House of Black feuded with Death Triangle. But I mean, they're not gonna mention that. I mean,
No,
so
they're not mentioning that. So like,
it's very interesting to see. Obviously, I'm going to give it a chance, but a lot of people do think that is a Aleister Black tease at a WWE debut. I don't really know. We're going to have to see how that develops and what this develops into, but I mean, it very well could be Aleister Black, but it's going to be very interesting to see how it's Aleister Black if it is. So, yeah.
No, exactly. I'm very interested to see if this is him. If not, if it's not him, who it is, and all that. I'm very curious.
JD McDonough. He is concerned about his tag team partner because next week they're getting a tag title rematch against the War Raiders. LOL.
Okay.
Remember when they said the War Raiders were going to defend the titles more? And they're feuding and they're fucking defending the titles against the same fucking team that they beat. Still. Please, let this be the last time. And he says Finn is laid up. Next week, Finn needs to get the fuck away from this group, man. Move him to SmackDown, have them turn on him. I don't care. This needs to be donezo.
You need to fast track. I don't need a Triple H fucking month-long build for him to leave the group. Fuck, just do it. Please, just have him leave.
Dominic says, I'll replace him. I'll replace Finn. I'll be your tag partner. Me and you will face the War Raiders. He says, do you think Finn's going to be okay with that? JD says, Liv stands up and she says, Finn's going to love this idea. And since Dominic is a mastermind all of a sudden, coming up with all the ideas, hopefully it works out better than the idea you gave me for my match against Rhea. Dominic says, my little Warita, I thought you weren't mad at me. She says, I'm not, my little honey bunny. He says, I'm going to make it up to you. She says, I know. She twirls his hair around her finger and they walk away. I think they went to do their 60 minutes in, like MJF was doing with Will Ospreay.
Exactly.
He was getting it in with him.
He was getting it in. Okay.
Yeah. According to Jeff Jarrett. I think they were getting their 60 minutes in, man.
I think they were.
They're good for Dom.
Yeah, exactly.
Uncle Howdy may be looming around his corner, though, even though he's on SmackDown now. He's not going to be too happy about that.
He'll be pissed, but that's okay.
Yeah.
They're not going to use him anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That was that. Sami Zayn is backstage. He sees Seth Rollins. He thanks Seth for giving him that pep talk. He says, Seth, good luck with Drew McIntyre tonight. Seth says, hey, Sami, I believe in you, and I'm almost rooting for you. But if push comes to shove, I'm going to dump you over that top rope. Sami says, not if I do it first. He says, good luck with Drew. They both kind of smile at each other. And as Seth Rollins moves in the distance, you can see Karrion Kross looking over Seth Rollins' shoulder. Uh-oh.
Yeah, dude. It's a dope moment because it's very interesting to see what this means.
Yes.
But dude, the look on his face, just him smiling and just evils, dude. Fucking Cross is hilarious, bro. That shit killed me.
He is, man, and I just love how Cross is one of those uh-oh characters. You see him in the background and you're like, oh, something must be happening here with Seth Rollins. And again, I know he's not the main eventer that we all wanted him to be, dude, but his role as this like fucking doomsday predictor is fucking great. And it's just a great fucking role for him, man. Especially, like Sir K says, with those fucking evil ass stoic looks that he makes, like where he just looks fucking diabolical as hell. I mean, it is perfect for him, and the way the way WWE's production is, man, the way they just shoot it, it's just so awesome, dude. Seth just moves a tiny bit, and their Cross is just right over his shoulder, just looking. And then in that moment, you just say to yourself, "Oh fuck, oh man, like that's not gonna be good for Seth." So Seth, character change could be coming for Seth Rollins, which if you look at the state of his character, I think his character is going to take the kind of turn that Owens and McIntyre took.
Which is very interesting with the rumors of a group between all those guys who are slowly turning into a very similar character to all of them. Very interesting to see where this is going.
Yes. Very, very, very interesting, man. It's just these characters of... You know, they're right. They're the real good guys of WWE.
At the end of the day, they're doing everything right that they could do, and it's still people around them are just doing fuckery.
Yes, and please don't call the group the real good guys. Please.
Oh my god. Exactly what Vince would have called
1000%. We're the real good guys. And then Vince would have the real good guys. We're the real good guys. Oh,
what they are. Yeah. Like, dude. Oh man, please don't call him that. That is the most Vince McMahon.
That is that is what that is what modern day Tony Khan would call that group.
That is very true.
We all know how great Tony Khan is at naming groups, like the Trust Busters.
The conglomeration.
The conglomerators. What the fuck?
Yeah, man, we're a conglomeration of just guys. Oh, that's perfect. Call them the conglomeration. But very
should have called them the cluster fuck. That's what their name should have been.
That's just AEW.
Yeah. ACW. All clusterfuck wrestling.
Clusterfuck.
Um,
Clusterfuck is all elite, but
yeah,
no, but very interesting to see where all these characters
yes,
align and those rumors of that group, man. It might be slowly coming into fruition.
it very well could be. It very well could be. Pentagon Jr. is set for his second match in WWE. Michael Cole, I don't know if this was a jab at so many people jabbing at Tony Khan. I thought it was funny. First off, before we get to what Cole said, Penta comes out and they remastered his entrance a little bit.
Dude, it's so fire.
He does his, entrance where he's on one knee. He was a little off cue with the Cero Miedo. So he does the Cero Miedo and he, pops up. He didn't have that face cover. I like the face cover, Penta. You got to wear a face cover, bro. At least for the first couple seconds. It looks fucking badass in the strobe lights. But so he does the Cero Miedo. He, hops up to, do his scream. The fire goes off, but along with the fire, there is sparkling ninja star pyro. And they shot it to where it's spinning completely around his head. And it just looks fucking sick. Did you see that video of that backstage, like the backstage Pentagon? Triple H, we're going to do some fucking big shit together, man.
Fucking big shit. Or then the video after, his match was done, he's fucking, oh man, that's your family out there? Oh, how many you got? How old? What's your old? Like, bro, just mark it. I fucking love Triple H. That man is
Papa
such a
Mark.
mark. He's Papa Mark, man. But dude, that entrance, incredible. Love that spinning sparkler right
Awesome.
behind him. It looked incredible, dude. Phenomenal.
Awesome. And that backstage video just made you even that much more happy for Pentagon. Did you see how when he walks into gorilla position and he's telling everybody back there, it's an honor to work here and thank you guys so much. Like,
Dapping him up and greeting him and
what
shit.
the
Fucking
fuck?
Ludwig's the first one to dap him up after his match for some reason.
Bro,
Bro was just ready.
he was.
Bro hit the, come on.
So,
But dude, just a great environment to work around.
yeah. Yep. And everybody was hugging him. Everybody fucking gave him the standing ovation when he came back from Gorilla, and he was just more than joyed to be there. And then he hugs Triple H, and you just hear, hey, man, that was fucking awesome. We're going to do some big fucking shit together.
Doug's just like Punk, which is so funny because those two used to hate each other,
Hilarious.
but he talks that fucking shit, man.
It's amazing. It's amazing what a
It is.
great environment can be.
Exactly.
So, Michael fucking Cole, as Pentagon is coming down to the ring, says Pentagon has that cool mask on. Everyone can buy his mask. Everyone and anyone can buy his mask now. You just know Michael Cole's seen all the fucking memes of Tony Khan dropping the ball and not selling a single Pentagon mask. And here Michael Cole is the very next week plugging the Pentagon mask.
Yep, go buy
Everyone's buying his mask. Gee, Tony, don't you wish everyone was buying his mask when he was employed for you?
Yeah, you don't wish you had that much money, buddy, don't you?
Well, now nobody's getting the merch. Now no more Lucha Bros are getting merch money, so.
Not in AEW, at least.
Nope.
Just fucking get your merch pulled because you want to work for a different company, but okay.
Logan Paul, not Logan Paul, Pentagon. Logan Paul's next. Pentagon and Pete Dunne. These guys put on a great match. It was basically another showcase match for Penta, similar to the Gable one last week, and very good work. Can't complain at all. I mean, it was another great Pentagon showing, and it's just I'm excited. Obviously, you could tell they're still on the stage. It's just getting his feet wet. I could see them. I could see them kind of just doing one more match with him until we get to the Royal Rumble, and then maybe set something up for him going forward. Maybe you do like a Penta and Ray stare down in the Royal Rumble to then lead to something. But I really see coming out of Royal Rumble, I really see them doing something with him, but they're putting him, at least for now, in this sort of work rate kind of class with Monday Night Raw. Obviously, with the Ludwigs, the Sheamus, the Pete Dunnes, and Pentagon is there for now. And I think they're going to start something with him soon. At least I hope they start a storyline with him soon. But for now, and as people just get used to him and get used to the chant and get used to all that good stuff, this is great.
It's a perfect place. I was literally just thinking that like earlier today. Is that like that's the perfect place to put Penta for now? Is
Oh yeah,
that work rate fucking group on the show, and that's what they're doing, and I think
yes,
that's just the perfect spot for him right now. So it's just been great, man. Just showcasing them and showing people, look at what AEW failed, man. Gotta love it.
absolutely. We get a vignette for Logan Paul. Oh, he beat Pete Dunne with a Penta driver. Very
Mhm.
similar to the match next week or last week. It was just instead of Chad Gable, it was Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne was great in this match. Sold for Pentagon, great. Michael Cole recalled some of their history from 2016 or 17 in Rev Pro. So
That man, talking about the rest of the world.
yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, he recalled some of their history from Rev Pro, and that was the last time they faced each other. And yeah, Penta won with a Penta driver. He did hit the Mexican Destroyer again. And this is great. This is great. I loved it.
Really a great showcase.
We get a debut vignette for Logan Paul as he is announced for his Raw debut next week. He says he's coming to be the best and he's coming to go full in with WWE. So going to be interesting and what that means, and I really hope they can find a way to actually make Logan Paul a weekly character on the show. So I'm excited
Yeah.
to see what they could do with him as long as they rework what they had going on last time, because a lot of people soured on it and for the absolute correct reasons. So
Oh, exactly. The U.S. title one was really bad and just
yeah.
non-existent. And when he comes back in here in a more full-time capacity,
Mm-hmm.
you really got to change up the, I don't care about this place gimmick, that whole thing. You got to do something better because especially if he's going to be here more, that gimmick's not going to really work for me, at
Mm-hmm.
least.
It's not, and it makes no sense. You're running around saying you don't care about this place and you don't care about rising through the ranks, and you are here every week. So
Which
obviously, yeah.
that character would be contradicted every fucking media scrum when Triple H would fucking glaze on him for carrying more than your average celebrity, so the gimmick never made sense to begin with. But
Mm-hmm.
let's just hope I just hope they give him something better.
Yes, they did announce Cody Rhodes for next week on Monday Night Raw, being that next week is in Atlanta.
Mm,
Again, normally this would be a bit odd because there is a brand split. However, next week, Monday Night Raw is also going to feature Roman Reigns on it. That should be interesting. And the tribal
very.
ceremony.
Mm,
And guess who's on Monday Night Raw? Sami Zayn. Guess who also is probably going to show up to Monday Night Raw? Kevin Owens.
Owens.
So all these guys, together
Exactly.
1 week before before the 1 week before the Royal
Oh,
Rumble. Very
mm-hmm.
interesting, bro. Very, very, very interesting. So, yeah, that's that.
Oh,
And Cody's gonna be on Raw next week, and I'm sure Owens will not be too far behind.
sure you won't.
CM Punk, he's in the crowd. He walks over to Jackie Redmond, who's also in the crowd, set up to conduct an interview. This is a great spot for to conduct a live interview. Normally if they do the crowd as the background, normally they'll do it on the stage. They actually picked like a section of like the rampway in the arena, and it looked fucking great that way. It looked
That's a
great.
great spot to do those. I like that a
Yep,
lot.
you kind of see the ring, and then around Mania season, if they
You'll
continue to do something like that, you'll see the Mania sign in the background. It overall just looks fucking great.
no,
Um,
definitely.
Jackie asks Punk, out of all the Royal Rumbles he's been in, what makes this Royal Rumble different? Punk says this Royal Rumble is different because Good lord. Punk says this Royal Rumble is different because he just beat Seth Rollins in the main event of the premiere show on Netflix. Seth Rollins, a guy who was favored to win this Royal Rumble as well. What also makes this Rumble different is when the lights are on and they are the brightest, and when the pressure is on, CM Punk comes alive. He says he cannot see John Cena throwing him over the top rope. And as for Roman Reigns, he needed my help to take care of family business. And in the Rumble, there's no friends. And don't even ask me about Sami Zayn because he's not on my level. He says he doesn't care if Hulk Hogan is in the Rumble match. He waits, the crowd boos for a second, and then he says he's going to dump his dusty ass over the top rope and end Hulkamania right there.
There's pop.
Yes, and then the crowd came alive. He says everyone will be chanting one name at the end of the Royal Rumble, and it's 3 syllables. CM Punk. That was that. Very good promo, throwing a bit of a stray there at Sami Zayn, so I don't know what that was about. If this is about the whole pizza thing, then I don't want to hear it. Because Scott Colton just wanted to go get some pizza, man. And exactly.
He uses his mom's credit card, but he just wanted some pizza.
The great thing about WWE, even if
work with each other,
CM Punk and Sami Zayn are beefing, didn't we just see them work together at War Games and they did a fucking outstanding job?
Exactly. They act like professionals. They go to work.
There you go.
And they work. Look at that.
There you go, man. So, that was CM Punk's promo. Great atmosphere. I love the spot in the crowd that they chose to do it in. And just nice Rumble hype, man. Nice Rumble hype. Obviously, keeping the heat there. He did also tease, I have a few favors or two in my pocket if I need them. So it's going to be very interesting to see. It's going to be very interesting to see what exactly all that means. And just, this was just great. Like I said, creating just great hype for the Royal Rumble for CM Punk, man. So good stuff.
Very great stuff. I like what they did there.
In the main event, Seth Rollins defeated Drew McIntyre by way of a roll-up. He beat Drew with a roll-up. Drew gets pissed and started attacking Rollins after the match. Sami Zayn then came out for the save because Drew was going to Claymore Rollins' head into the ring post. Sami would then come out for the save, start attacking Drew. Drew would kind of get the upper hand, get back in the ring, put Rollins in the corner, and he would be beating down Rollins in the corner. Sami would see these two in the corner. He would go to run at Drew to give him a haluva kick. Drew would move, and Sami Zayn square in the face kicks Seth Rollins with a haluva kick.
Damn.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Well, way to make another enemy before the Rumble.
Yeah, literally. So we're ending this episode of Raw with turmoil with Rollins, and I'm sure what's going to be turmoil with Rollins and Zayn going into next week. And the more and more Seth gets pushed, whether it's by Punk or without even realizing it by Sami, the more he's going to become more delusional and think that Sami's doing this on purpose.
Exactly. It's going to get to his head. He's going to overthink, and that's going to be a problem for him, man. So, like what they're doing here.
Yes, and obviously, he's creating turmoil with Drew. Well, he's had turmoil with Drew for like a year now. Yeah. We're in the beginning stages of real turmoil with Kevin Owens. And we're also kind of in the starting to boil up stages of turmoil with Seth Rollins. So all three of these guys that are, these, rebels in WWE, Sami Zayn is getting a little bit of turmoil with them, bro. So I can absolutely see this year, between a mix of these three guys, making this 2025 for Sami Zayn absolute hell.
They are going to destroy that man, probably one by one in separate feuds, and then be together and probably beat him. No, it's about to be a brutal year for Sami.
Yes, it is, bro. So, yeah, that was Monday Night Raw, and that was everything this week for Monday Night Raw. And yeah, that was basically everything for your week of wrestling, man. So that is that. And that's basically everything we got here today for you guys, man. As things are heating up for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and it's looking to be very interesting come
Mm-hmm.
Royal Rumble.
Very interesting.
Yes. And with that, that is going to do it for this edition of NHP Unscripted. This has been episode 231 of Unscripted. Thank you guys so very much for joining us here today. Thank you guys, man, for everybody who was here in the live chat and my guys are part of the Replay Mafia. Thank you guys so much. It's been always a pleasure for mine, Johnny.
Nice. Okay.
And that is going to do it for this edition of NHP Unscripted. Again, quick little note. Friday will be at 4 p.m. Central. We'll be at 4 p.m. Central. We will be doing Saturday night's main event predictions. We will not be doing a post review for that. If there is something big enough for us to talk about on that show, it'll be mentioned next week on Unscripted. But, you know, I'm sure it'll just be a TV special and that's about it. But just, again, there will be predictions for Saturday night's main event. We're going to be talking about it and stuff on Friday. No post-show review. Like I said, if there is anything big enough to mention, we'll mention it next week on Unscripted, man. Just fair warning there. But anyways, it's been always a pleasure for my Johnny.
Nice. Okay.
And with that, that is going to do it for this edition of NHP Unscripted. This has been episode 231. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you all on Friday, 4 p.m. Central, with the news and the second Saturday night's main event predictions.
Peace.